Alrighty.
Yay!
We are officially live, I believe.
Yip, yip, yippee.
Yep.
Maybe I should have taken a nap too.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, I just passed out, dude. I was working on the heads and then
you're like, hello everyone. Hey Dahlia.
Hey Dahlia. Hello on YouTube and TikTok. So we got a couple of things.
Yeah. Updates.
These are new experimental updates. I really like the gray one. It's super cool.
The gray one looks very nuanced.
It does.
Yeah.
It's sophisticated.
Yeah, it looks very sophisticated.
Yeah. I gotta get rid of some of these little specs and stuff on there, but this is our first official prototype
Yeah.
of multicolored anime heads that are all done in 3D, and then this is our second prototype to experiment with different colors and such. Looks pretty good.
It looks really good. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Am I late? No, not at all.
You're just in time for the fun.
Yes.
Hey Dahlia, Sam, Swim Gulp, Luna Art, Lau, Krabby.
Hey.
How is everybody doing today? Hello, Lily.
We're continuing this illustration a bit.
Foundation.
Yes, foundation. Foundation art. Let's see.
Got my drink, my Red 40 double maxing, Red 40. Red
Yes.
40 maxing.
Red 40 maxing. The only drink that you need to start your day or afternoon. All right. Anime drawing foundations. That sounds like a live class name. Technically, I didn't realize I left the AC off. I turned off the AC, I think. Anime drawing tutorials.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them, and we will help you guys answer. Radioactive Orange. Is that Enemy Blight? Nope, it's not. It's Colton's character, Abby.
I'm working on the girl group as fairies in my world. Nice. So you decided to do that.
That's fun.
That is very fun.
Yeah. So this is Colton's character, Abby. We've been working on this illustration for a while.
Not this.
Not this one, but like we were working on a series of illustrations. Yes. She does kind of look like the character, though. I don't blame you.
Yeah, we're working on a little series of illustrations. We just finished up, or almost finished up, the last one, which is this one right here. We spent this. I have a remote here.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Thank you.
This is the last one. We're still not done with it, actually. No. We should really get working to finish this up before we start the new one. At least that would be the wise idea. But and then we're working on a new one, and so Christina's kind of working on a line work, and I'm working on an initial color block in. This first shot is Abby and Miko going to an inn to meet with Bandit Leader, because Miko is the princess and Abby's a mercenary, and they need information, but Miko's a bit scared.
Oh, yep.
And then second shot is a medium close-up, basically a medium close-up, but it's like a high angle. And so it's a pretty wide shot with some people in the background.
How would you...
And yeah.
Yeah.
This is Christina working on the line work.
Yes.
Name one anime character I need to draw for an edit. Miki. Draw my character Miki in your edit, and I'll love it.
Yep.
I thought it was Willow and Amity. I don't know what that is.
I don't know who they are.
How would you say you guys found your art style, and do you have tips on others finding their style? Style? I don't think about my style at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I just practice foundations, and style's going to develop based on the artists that I look up to and respect and study, and the teachers that I have.
Yep.
So the artist that you like, I would say you'll be influenced by them. Your style depends on what you study and what you practice. If you draw a bunch of, if you like pastel colors and not very bold line work, you're going to draw a bunch of it, and you're going to study artists with it, and then your style is going to develop based on that.
Yeah. Instead of thinking about like what's my style, because that is kind of like a permanent thing, I kind of like to think of like what style does this particular project need. Like, or
working
like, what
on
do I
week
want
3
it to be?
homework.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome.
It's style's a very popular concern to get trapped behind, and it's just it doesn't actually matter at all. It's like pretty much doesn't matter because you're just going to develop something based on the things you like to practice.
Yeah. Well, like,
Everyone is sick in the Discord. Or
oh,
don't get me sick.
no, don't get me sick, chat.
Hopefully the Discord gets better.
Yeah. So
Are you
they
going
don't
to ping
pass.
Discord? Yes, I will.
Yeah. Do you have any tips? I can only copy drawings. It's like I can't create them from my head.
100%. I know
100%.
exactly what you mean. Mm-hmm. Copying stuff and drawing from imagination are different skills. You are in luck because we exclusively focus on how to draw things from imagination.
Exactly.
This shot here that we were talking about is from imagination. This is not copied. This is all made up. These are our OCs. This world, the color palette, everything in it is completely made up. And that's what we do. And so I can explain a little bit of that, but 1 second. I got to ping the Discord because I forgot.
I can kind of start a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, like copying, like let's say if I want to draw something from a book like this, I want to draw this as my reference. I'm only just looking at like what's in front of me. And when you're copying something, it's creating, you're basically start doing a different skill. Like you're thinking, oh, like what's this particular line or what's this particular shape? And this is, you know, part of the necessary process of drawing from life and then later on into imagination. But like what you do for imagination is you understand the form of something, like kind of, ouch.
What? Poppy, what are you doing?
She
There's
like
no cat grass in here.
So like understanding the form of something, like, oh, like what does a box look like or a sphere look like in different angles, and how do you construct it and turn it into a head, for example? Like that's like drawing from imagination because you're confident in those skills. But Colton can elaborate more on that.
Yeah, I mean, you learn a set of foundations, right? When you copy something, you don't really have to know what the thing is. You just have to look at shapes and draw them, right? And write them down. So for example, right, if and this is just on a really primitive way, right? If I've got a triangle like this, right? Let's just say, here's my triangle. Or let's just leave it like that. I'll go, okay, I see a line here. And I see a line here. And I see a line here. And I see that this line overlaps this one and goes that way. And this line overlaps that one and goes that way. So I will do the same thing, right? Oh, no, I did it wrong.
Monkey do, you know, yeah.
So I look at my reference and I go, okay, that one overlaps that. This one overlaps that. And then I go, like, what angle is this? And I don't have to know what this is. Like, this could be anything, right? I don't have to know what it is. But when you draw from imagination, you have like this, it's almost like you're working in Blender on your canvas, right? I'm going to draw something from imagination. And back here, I'm going to have an object. And over here, I'm going to have an object. Okay, so these are cylinder objects, right? And then we got our cylinders. And then, okay, so coming out of this cylinder, I'm going to have a box.
Whoa.
And it's going to be, it's going to look like this.
Wall.
Right? And then maybe this is going to be punched through it.
You created something from imagination.
Yeah, and I'm like building. It's like Legos. It's like people who build Legos and follow the directions versus people who build Legos and build their own thing. Neither is right or wrong. They're just different. And when you draw from imagination, it requires a different set of thinking, right? It's like you can draw certain things, and like you would want to use observation, right? I'd go, well, how tall is a person here? Maybe they're this big, right? Boop. There's my scale reference. There's a person. And so, I don't know. You know, you come back in here, and you're just like...
What if I added...
I could add houses in the background. Like that. Maybe another roof in the background of a house that's rotated a little bit. Right? Zoop, zoop, zoop. Maybe we have another house back there on the other side of the wall. Maybe there's a larger building back here. It's like an inn
Ooh, an
right?
inn.
The
That's
first
fun.
inn that you see when you visit the town. This is where you have to get your quest from. Right? And this is like a little 3D thinking space. Look at this.
I like that 3D thinking space. That's kind of fun.
Like a little playground that you think in, right? Oh, and this inn, this has a little roof that comes off of here. And so I'm drawing in 3D. I'm thinking of arranging my objects, right? Like I've got my grid here. In the back of my grid, I've got cylinder, cylinder, gate. I've got a house here. I've got another building here. I've got another building here. I've got another building. Where's my vantage? My camera's like here, right? And it's looking out there. This is a top view. Another building here. And so I am like arranging this scene as I want it. And that's like one of the keys to drawing from imagination is you're making these big decisions. Where are things? How are they arranged? How are they stacked? And so I've got my understanding of the shot itself. And then I have the actual shot, right? And then I'll just take this and go over here. Let's shrink it down. Let's take this, change my perspective a little bit so it's a little bit more accurate.
Hey, how are you? I'm a big fan of the channel, but since I study 12 hours a day, I don't really have much time to watch the lives. So could you maybe post more long tutorials?
Our lives are all posted as long tutorials.
That's true. They are.
But yes, we're planning on getting more stuff up. Okay, now let's just say, oh, there's the gate. And here's another wall. And here's another wall. And
whoa.
Here's a wall, I don't know, back there. And so this has got a wall and a wall. And this has got a wall. So this is my top view, right? Top.
Thinking dimensionally.
This does not happen when you're copying. Like, you don't have to think about this stuff when you're copying. You just go, there's an anime face. I'm going to draw it.
Is this 1 point perspective?
No, this is 2.
2 point.
Yeah, this is a 2 point perspective grid. Like, so what I drew is basically a box.
In 2 point.
Like this, except I drew the bottom and I didn't draw the top, right?
And then you
here's
just
that
use
grid.
that plane.
And then I just use that plane because I assume all my verticals are like this. The reason I draw planes like this, and this is pro tip, chat.
Pro tip.
Here's a pro tip. You ready? If I just draw a plane like this, I can either go 2 point perspective box or 3 point perspective box.
It depends on the convergence. Or
If
the
I
verticals.
decide to put a vanishing point below it. Here's 3 point perspective. These curve in. Or if I just do this, here's 2 point perspective. They don't curve in. And I do that a lot when I sketch. I'll just go, here's 2 point. Right? We got stuff in the background. Maybe we got another important object back here.
I'm learning how to do semi-anime for my indie animation series, and you guys help me a lot. Yay!
So when you see this type of stuff, like what I did, this is exactly what I was doing. I'm just, like, I drew this bridge. Zoop, zoop, right? It's just a block. Like, heck, let's even simplify it more. Look at this. Here is my box.
Oh my gosh. It's just a box.
It's a box. There it is. There's the back of it. And then I took that box and I went chop, chop, and down, down. And then I have this extra plane, right? So you've got your box. And this is like how you draw from imagination. You start simple. Here's my box. Right? Come down, measure it. This is dimensional drawing. One of the big foundations
That
of
helps
drawing from
with-
imagination.
Yeah.
Chop it, pull it in, and I pull it down. All right? So there's my new box. And then I go, all right, here's the middle of the new box. What the heck does this thing look like? Okay, yeah. And then I'll just go, here's a point. Measure in a little bit. Right, I'm coming in this way and this way the same amount. I could even go up here and do this. And I could do this. And then I'll go
Ooh. Ew.
there.
Now you got an arch.
Yep, an arch. And I go, it feels a little bit short.
Let's make it longer.
Zoop. Okay. So we got the back here. How do I find the back? Well, I mean, I can pretty much see how thick it is. It's about this thick. So I'll just come back about that thick. But if I really wanted to find the back, I just use draw through, right? Zoop, zoop. Zoop, zoop. Come out.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
And up.
Yes.
Yes, we are streaming on YouTube as well.
Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. It's the same name.
Right? There's my little archway. Just like that. And so this is all from imagination. I could go down here, make a new layer, and just go.
Little micro study.
Yeah, it's like a little micro study. All right. So let's go here. And then now I have the lighting information. So my light is coming from the back and coming towards me. And I have light hitting this. It's like warm light. Boop. I got shadow. Bluish.
Thank you for the follows, guys.
Have like a shadow right here. This side is all in shadow. This is under shadow. I'll make it warm because the ground is going to bounce up some warm light. This will bounce up probably some warm light. I should make my background a little bit.
What brush is this?
Let's make it a little bit darker. This is our special brush that we have available for free on the linky on our profile.
Yes. So you go to our profile, click the link there, and then you'll get the download. It's a Google Drive download. And so
Yeah.
make sure you download it outside of TikTok.
Yeah. But I usually paint this with the
Hard round.
I usually paint this with the hard round. In fact,
Wow.
I kind of want to be.
Do it. Do you teach perspective in your classes?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have an entire 14-week class on perspective. You learn all about all of that stuff. Everything that I know, basically. All right, so we got another box, and now I'm just gonna do non-line work. Like I'm just gonna go. Okay, there's my shadow going down. Here's my
He's still thinking about the form, like in
shadow
the line
side.
work, in the line work phase, but he's just using paint now.
Yeah. Right. So what I just did is I added another box onto this. Zoop, zoop, zoop. That looks like this.
Look at
What the heck
that.
is that smell, bro?
Smell.
No.
I don't smell
It
anything.
smells like cats or something. I don't know.
Cats. Are there free classes?
All right, and this is a free class.
This is a free class.
Um,
Our streams are free classes.
and it's on YouTube. You can go rewatch it whenever you want. So let me get rid of this. What the heck, bruh? Oh, it's layer 6 on the top.
Someone asked, like, how do you speed up the process? They find that for drawing, like, they find that they take too long.
Speed comes from experience and like efficiency, like planning things efficiently. And planning things efficiently, you can learn how to plan things efficiently. Like, what do you want to focus on? Okay, so there's this,
There's
right?
a few more questions. How
Sure.
much is the course?
The Anime Art School, that's basically a big 1-year program. So it's kind of like a college alternative, and it's actually 20% off right now. So normally it's $497, like $497, and it is $397 right now.
Yes.
And that comes with a bunch of different classes. Like I said, it comes with a 14-week perspective class.
This
You
is
can,
the code right here.
You can show the stuff on it if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's what it is.
Coloring as well? Yes. Do I ever?
Coloring, rendering, everything. So this is just some examples in the
Where's
class.
the coloring and rendering stuff?
Yes, let's do the coloring rendering. This stuff right here.
Yep. Still lifes.
Still lifes.
Still lifes, learning how to design and think about color and value. I do full start to finish demos on environments painted in different color schemes. This is like a legit program. Like, this is big. It's like a college or a trade school.
This is stuff that he teaches you how to do.
Yeah, this is a 14-week coloring and painting class where you go through and learn how to calculate cast shadows, find local values. There's a bunch of lessons on design and how to arrange shapes and objects in aesthetic ways. See, calculating cast shadows.
That's exactly what he's doing with
like
that little
all
mini
of the
demo
technical stuff. So what you do is you learn this stuff, and then you practice it a lot, and you'll get faster at it, and then you paint.
Yep.
And you're faster.
So this is in our Anime Art School program.
Mhm.
It is currently 20% off with the code SPRING. So take a screenshot of this for future reference.
Yep.
But yes, we do teach coloring as well. That's exactly what we were showing earlier. Definitely teach color theory. What app we going to use in class?
You can use any digital program. We just use basic tools. So you could use Krita, Photoshop, Clip Studio. What else is there?
Medibang is also free to use. Like, you can use whatever ones that you're comfortable with.
Anything with basic layer functions is acceptable.
Yes.
I don't even use like multiply layers and stuff in my class. It's just very, very basic. Layer, brush, some opacity, making new layers, deleting old ones, you know, drawing and painting. It's like pretty much as basic like tools as you can get.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly how I painted this, right? And that little thing that I built, this thing that I built right here, this could be a city shot. And I would slowly modify the geometry and add lighting to it.
Modifying geometry. I like
Yep.
that.
And then that's how it ends up, right? And obviously there's a whole composition in here. So that's like a chunk of it. And this shot has been planned compositionally to support these characters. But like if I was painting a background object or something, that's literally what I would do. Like you can see there's the worm. Huh?
Someone has Procreate. I don't know what they
Procreate
mean.
is totally fine for the class if
Yes.
that's what you're asking about. Christina's drawing in Procreate. I'm on Photoshop on the computer right now.
I'm trying to do more still life drawings, but I always struggle with starting it. I don't know if I should start with the sketch or with color immediately on YouTube.
That's awesome. Lemonade scented. This room I'm in is not lemonade scented right now. I wish it
No.
was. How do you... Oh, Sai has a question?
Yes.
Trying to do more still life drawings, but I always struggle with starting. I don't know if I should start with a sketch or color immediately. It's up to you. I would do a sketch, like for sure. Like just get things, you know, still lifes are a great exercise where you learn observational skills and decision making. They still lives scale with you and your skill level. They're so incredibly important. They're one of the best assignments you could possibly do. But honestly, just push through and get it done and then reflect and go, what do I feel like happened? What do I feel like went well? What do I feel like didn't go well? I would say do a still life, start with paint. See how it goes. Do a still life, start with a sketch.
Yeah.
And do that and then see how it goes. You can paint sketch, you can sketch draw. It like I would say if you start with paint, it's hard. Like starting with paint is pretty hard because now you're thinking about lighting and perspective at the same time. When you start with the drawing, a lot of the time you don't have to think about that. But you could also start with a painting and just start thinking about shapes, right?
Yeah. Well, we took a oil painting class, and the instructor started with big shapes and just finding the relationships between the shapes.
Yeah, like relationships between these shapes. And I could go, okay, there's a big one and there's a small one.
I was planning to do it digitally too. Is that okay? Oh, absolutely.
Do what digitally?
Still lifes.
Oh yeah.
Colton does still lifes digitally in the anime art school and stuff. Works just the same.
Right? And I can go, okay, so there's a large, a medium, and a small. And then maybe let's just say we've got another small back here. What? There it goes. Right? And so I'm like sketching with paint and I'm just kind of blocking in objects. And then I can go, you know, color it in like that. And I can go, here's a box that's lit. Like that. And then this sphere, you know, maybe it's lit like this.
Ooh.
And then we've got a shadow from the box coming over here. And then this sphere's got a core. And then up here, maybe we've got...
This is just a hard round brush, isn't it?
Yes.
Hard round brush with transfer.
Right? We got that. And so like I'm sketching and I'm dimensionally sketching and I'm thinking about the volume that these forms are occupying, right? And I didn't start with a sketch. I just started with some brush strokes. We'll do something like, you know, that. And then maybe, look at this.
You know,
I just sketched a new box.
I think getting crisp lines like that just by chiseling is just such a good way to do it. Oh, that's nice.
Let's just do this. There's a new box that I just materialized, and I didn't have to draw the box. I drew the box, but I didn't have to think about the lines of the box because, you know, lines are kind of like things we invented, sort of.
Yeah, that's like actually a really good point. Lines and edges, like the idea of hatching and line work is like invented. Edge is invented. That is very true, actually.
You know, there's some objects. And like, I'm using the same skills as if I drew, right? If I was drawing, I would just be going like this. You know, there's one, another box. I'm looking up at these. There's a sphere. You know, there's another box. Here's another box. I would do that sort of thing. And it's the same mental process for me. I'm just thinking in terms of shapes now. But I'm also drawing and painting in perspective itself. So, you know, let's add a little bit more interest to this. We'll take this and we'll go over to, I don't know, something warm. And we'll paint the bottom of these objects warm.
Wow. Are we doing light/value or are we doing lineless art? Like, what's the subject today? Just various things about foundation, but a lot of the time we'll be talking about, like, you know, dimensional drawing, color theory and stuff. So a lot of it pertains to this kind of stuff. Painting. I was wondering if I should start the shapes like that or with sketch. You could start either.
Try both.
Try both.
Try both and see which one you like. I do have to tell you right now that this is difficult.
Yeah.
It's usually not very easy to do this sort of thing.
Wow,
Especially for people who aren't used to it, because again, I'm thinking about perspective and lighting and all that kind of stuff and color theory at the same time. But try it, see what happens. Like, there's no risk. There's literally zero risk. I find it interesting because, like, you always hear like, oh, what's the best way to do this? As if there's like risk. It's like, I don't try stuff.
Once I buy the courses, do I have access forever or does it expire after a year?
Yep, it's forever. It is a forever program, right? We can make a little warm, like a little warmer ale or something in here.
The concept of time-sensitive classes is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have to get through it before it expires or something.
I'm not against time-sensitive classes. This one isn't.
This one is not. No. We want you to have access to the fundamentals at all times when you need it.
Right? And then, like, oh, it's floating boxes. And then I'll just be like, it's not floating boxes. This is a castle that you're...
It's a brutalist building.
Looking up at, right?
Or museum. Dolly says, Tira is complete. Ooh,
oh, nice.
Excited.
Right? This is a building that we're actually looking up at. And...
Someone says, this is why I quit drawing too many sweats.
Right? And then down in here, we could cast a shadow of this, right? This is just abstract. Like, I'm just randomly adding forms and stuff.
But it's interesting because it looks like something. I feel like that's what a lot of people want, is like, they want something to look like a building or whatever. A building is just a box with a bunch of stuff on it.
Yeah, we could imply something on the edge here. That's kind of like maybe casting a shadow over there.
Revisiting art again. Do you have any tips on making no outline art? I'm guessing you mean painting like this?
I don't really know what no outline art is.
Like just no line work, is that what you mean? What song is playing? I have no clue, actually.
I don't know. Right? We could go up here and we could go, we'll leave a little sliver of something like that. Again, it's just like a silly little abstraction. Like, this isn't anything. I was thinking maybe it's like a building of some kind, but again, doesn't matter.
How often do you do lives?
And that's how I paint. Like, I think in terms of that, that's how I painted a lot of this. We are going live every single day this week.
Yes.
See, I missed something.
What did you miss?
But this isn't the painting file. I'd have to change it in the
original
painting file. Yeah, this is an example of something in our anime art school. I did the whole background. I walked you through the entire thing. And then Christina did the character. And we made a pretend dating sim shot with our own original character.
Yeah, it has no line work, just shapes and stuff like that. So that is painting.
Yeah, I mean, it could be rendering too.
It could be. Oh, that's true. That's true. It could be rendering.
It's a image that holds, that reads without the need of like assistance of a line.
Yeah.
Like that would come from directing attention. Like if you have enough for people to look at, they won't need a line to kind of contain shapes. I feel like
Showing edges.
a lot of people
shapes.
like they'll do like a line work, right? And eventually they'll get their image detailed enough that they can turn off the line work and now it's just a painting. But you don't have to work that way. Like I don't work that way a lot of the time, right? Like this would be an example of like if I turn this off, it's not detailed enough to read without a line work, right?
You would need to refine the shapes more, change the values a bit, or something like
Yeah.
that. Although that's a really cool, like, low contrast scene.
Yeah, it is. But like the highest contrast areas, which are like right here, are not holding. So I could turn this into a painting that doesn't need a line work if I just decide where do I want people to look, and then I give you enough to look at there. So let's just say I want you to look right here. So I'll just kind of use a little bit of like brush economy and carve this out, right? Maybe we
Wow.
go a little bit of smudge.
Could put Tira in there. What's the difference between painting and rendering? Good
Painting
question.
is like, rendering is like you're showing every surface as it responds to the light. So it's like every value, every nuance, you're showing it. Painters generally tend to try to show as much as possible with like as little information as possible a lot of the time.
It's kind of like I was gonna say bang for your buck type thing.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like, oh, less is more. Yeah, less is more is a better option.
Like
for that.
a lot of painters are obsessed with like a kind of less is more mindset, right? And so edges that I want you to look at, I'm going to crisp them up, right? Let's just say this edge here,
Crisp.
this edge here, maybe I want you to look at it. This edge right here, maybe I want that to hold.
But the reason why it's still visible without line art is because he's doing the same job as what line art does, which is like it creates edges.
Yeah.
It creates crisp edges. And what he's doing is he's using these shapes and refining them so that they don't need to be held with a line. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And then let's, like, honestly, let's just go in here and go, I don't know. We could even do something like that.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know. I'm kind of cheating this, but
Could you give me some? Wait, could you give me something to draw so I can overcome art block? You can go to the Discord, Shoto, and say exclamation mark what to draw, and the bot will give you one of our characters to draw if you want
Yeah.
to go Gamba.
and we are going to be starting to do dailies soon.
Yes, yes.
So we're going to be starting challenges and dailies in the Discord server, and dailies are going to be like a daily prompt of you to study something, and then challenges are going to be a bi-weekly event that we're going to run for the next couple of months. Right, we could do that. And again, like this would probably be hit with light over here. I could have like that, right? And then we could go like, well, this kind of ends in a weird way, so let's just...
You could do that in any channel, I think.
Yeah, it's in any channel.
Yeah. Could you give me... Wait, 1 second. That's not right. Can you explain how to pick the colors for lighting and shadows and backgrounds real quick? I don't think it's something to explain real quick.
It's a pretty loaded topic. There's a lot
Yeah.
that goes into it.
There's a lot that goes into it. It's
Like-
not something that's like quick to teach, but
Yeah, it's definitely not a quick teach.
yeah. There's no hack, unfortunately.
But like, you can see that this painting here is starting to read without the line work because I've like given you something to look at. Like, here's something to look at.
That's
Here's
a
something to
beautiful
look
piece.
at. Here's an edge that holds. And so as long as I put these like little pieces of candy all over the image with like a nice something to look at,
Aesthetic.
like a high contrast or a sharp edge, it starts to feel a lot more like presentable.
What is the easiest way to learn color theory? Oh, that's pretty.
I would say like still lifes. Still lifes are pretty good. But you don't. Let me think.
Look at you.
I got a feeling you're stinky today again. Apple. Ugh.
Look at you, Apple. His foot. Oh my gosh. So silly. One piece of candy. One piece. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, piece of candy. Like for me, I will look at areas like, oh, that sky with the warm light and the bounce, like that's pretty. So like, I'll look at that because it attracts me. What if I'm not allowed to have Discord? Then you should probably listen to that and not get in trouble.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
A few weeks ago, you said that you're good at drawing gaming chairs because you've drawn a lot of chairs. That gave me the courage to try, and I realized that gaming chairs are somewhat easy to draw.
Yeah, they're not that big of a deal.
I love this. I love that color palette. It's one of my favorites. It's like, reminds me of like Grease or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just some random thing. Like it was. I started doing it because of this. I was thinking about this arch here.
The website says your background class is 75% done. Do you have an estimated time when it's fully done?
Oh, it's I haven't updated that. It's like 95% done now. Christina's just working on the last
week.
The last color of it, a couple of illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't updated some stuff on that page in a little while. But I think it'll get done in like, I don't know, as soon as Christina finishes these, probably a couple weeks.
Yeah.
She just did the like this is where is it? This is one of the final images for week 14, and she has to do a couple more.
Yeah, of that quality. So
yeah.
It does take some time.
And
but
these are all already made. Actually,
yes.
The first half of all the finals. It's not even the first half. It's more like the first 2/3 of all the finals are already done.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a couple more that Christina needs to do and add characters to.
Mm-hmm. How do I know the size of things according to certain perspectives?
Like foreshortening. You use a scale reference and then you foreshorten. You know, we could come in here and we could light up the ground a bit.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I don't know. This is some just like little micro study thing.
I should do that. I need to do that. That's fun. Do you have any tips on improving line art? What do you mean by improving line art? Do you mean like how to make your line work look good? Or do you mean like how to get smoother line work? How to draw smoother or something like that? Is it bad to draw from reference all the time? I feel like it doesn't train me to compare components.
No, it depends on your goals.
Mm-hmm.
Our oil painting teacher, he's been a gallery artist for over 40 years. He never draws things without a reference. He basically exclusively draws like models from life, which is reference. He'll paint stuff from photos that he sees or photos that his students bring in, and he's like, hey, can I paint this? And they're just like, yeah, sure. And he's like, okay. And so it really depends on your goals. I don't think drawing from reference is bad inherently at all. Like, as long as you're allowed to use the reference and you have like the rights to draw from that reference, it's fine. There's people who do it their entire life. Like, I mean, look at caricature artists, right? Every single time they draw, there's like a person who comes and sits in the chair and they're like, okay, I'm going to draw you. And that's a reference.
Yep.
So, but anyways, you can work on yours if you want.
Yeah, sure. Could I draw Tyr in any outfit? Yes, you can. Okay, so both on how to make it smoother and better looking. I think that comes for like the smoother part comes with a lot of experience. Like if you've never done line work or you rarely do line work, your lines are guaranteed to be shaky. But that's kind of to be expected. What I would try to do is I would draw a bunch of lines, like just kind of like as an exercise. Like I would draw a bunch of lines with varying speeds and pressure. So like if you press really, really hard, like this is what kind of line will come out. Well, okay, let's try a smoother one or a faster one. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Like that's a nice smoother curve, and it's like not super thick. So like you can test it out like on like few sheets of paper, for example. You're like, oh yeah, what would it look like if my line work was if I pressed it a little bit lighter versus a little bit harder? And then what if I thickened it? And I would also recommend looking at a bunch of different artists and how they do line work. Like they like to thicken line work in certain areas, and this is what makes it look good. Like your line is just shape as well.
Could I draw Tyr in any outfit? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can draw Anime Academy OCs in any outfit. It doesn't have to be their student uniform. Brittany, did that answer your question, by the way? About the draw for reference? Mostly draw character, but I also want to get into painting and background illustration. Nice. Dahlia, I'm super excited to see that.
This is not
Awesome,
the
I'm
brush
glad.
that I want. Stabilization.
Have you guys been artists since you were kids/teens, or did you start as adults? I always drew growing up.
I drew growing up too.
But I only started learning like foundation when I was 18. And I don't, and only is like 18 is pretty early. I know people who started art in their 30s and had never drawn before, and they're professional artists now.
Yeah. So another tip about line work is like if you want to get lines like this, it just comes with a bunch of confidence, right? But like you're not going to get there until you just draw a bunch of this stuff. So do you want to get better at line work? Do a bunch of line work. And what I also recommend is understanding line weight. What lines require thin lines versus thicker lines or versus very thick lines, right? For me here, most of my drawings will have like, let's say there's 3 levels of line work, right? There's 1 which is extremely thin, 2 level 2 lines which is like medium thickness in comparison to the number 1 level, and then the 3rd line is very bold. So like I will kind of go by this metric, and then I will decide what line work do I want to use. Most of my drawings, for the most part, the line work will use a level 2 line because it's just a generally pretty good line to use. So like all of this is like a level 2 line. So I'm using my pressure to get that level 2 line. Like it's not too thick, not too thin. And then areas in here, for example, like areas of detail or like smaller stuff, I use level 1 lines. And so like there we already get some variety, right? And if you have a brush that has like nice shapes, like, you know, thick to thin, and it just looks really good, it helps a lot with the line work. And then I use level 3 lines for like outer borders. So like if I want to, you know, line this character and I really want her to stand out, I generally like to use a bolder line. So like all this can be thicker. While on the inside, it could use a level 2 line. Right? So like now this looks really cool. And then here's a really interesting part. You can decide how thick or thin you want your lines to be. Like for instance, if I want this curve to be more attractive, I can choose like, hey, I want this to be a little bit thicker. Now we have a dynamic shape in here. Or like in here, for example, oh, I want all of this to be blocked out. That's part of line work. I mean, you can even look at a bunch of comic artists and how they like to do their line work, right? You're not trying to draw from a vacuum. You're inspired by things. I'm inspired by a lot of manga artists. I'm inspired by a lot of comic artists as well, like even from like the 50s. And you know, they like to describe things through hatching, and they use different lines like that too. So it just comes with a bunch of experience, but also studying how other artists do it. Got better at line work by tracing different areas of manga, but never trace the full thing. Hey, that's kind of cool. You know, like that's kind of how I wouldn't necessarily trace, but I would look at their art and I'd be like, you know, how do they stylize it? And I would try my best to make an artwork that like kind of references that. So like, you know, manga styles, for example, like, oh, I want to emphasize this area. Ooh, that looks really nice. And everything is just trying to direct your attention, as Colton says, a lot of the time.
Yeah, art will get dramatically easier if you keep where do I want people to look in the front of your mind a lot of the time.
You're like, ooh, that's an aesthetic area.
It will tell you where to direct people, and it will tell you where to detail, where to add contrast. A lot of the time, it'll be the face. Like, I want people to look at the face. So you can do all kinds of things to bring people to the face.
Yep. Like bolder lines for the eyes, for example, or like more contrast. Like line work isn't just like tracing over an image, you're also designing.
Yeah.
And that's also a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time when people are like, oh, I'm bad at this, like you might not actually be bad at line work. You just might not realize you have to direct people's attention. And you may have really, really pretty lines that nobody looks at because you forgot to tell them to look there.
And it's like, oh yeah, I want my line work for the iris to be thinner because it's not taking as much power as my lash line. But like, you know, in the inside of the eye, oh, I'm gonna go bolder because that I want you to look here. And maybe I'll add a bit more contrast. Like, oh, I'm gonna add some smaller marks. Now you look at this more than this, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't always have to be about detail or whatever. It can be like just very bold decisions that make really cool artwork as well. It's all like subjective, you know?
Is line hierarchy the advanced line weight application? I'm not really sure what you mean. Like, there's always a hierarchy to things. Like, there's always an order of importance in your mind. Whether I wouldn't say it's advanced. I would almost say, you know, it's like
Basic?
it's the basics, but not in a you should know this by now way. In a it's fundamental to the thing. I think when people think, oh, the basics, they're just like, no, I should know this already. It's not.
No, it's not.
Like, it's not like that.
I think that's a really good observation.
It's a core part of something, and there is no.
You
like,
should know this.
You should know this by now. It's more of like a, hey, you learn it when you learn it, but it's core to the thing.
It's a necessary part. Yeah. So like here, I'm breaking my line. That's another tip for line work, is knowing when to break the lines to attract, to like, you know, let the mind do its own thing. Because if you try to describe everything with line work, this is one of the, not mistakes, but one of the things that makes artwork not look as attractive as you may want it, is if you're trying to describe everything, like, oh, I want to describe this line with equal power, right? And look at this. This feels just very noisy. So instead, I'm like, okay, I want the outside silhouette to be thicker, and then the inside, I'm just gonna show this strand, but I'm gonna break the lines a bit. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks really cool now, because I'm like distributing the variety. Oh, when it's tucked behind her ear, okay, maybe I'll add a little bit of depth and shadow here. Like I like to use darks for cast shadows sometimes as well. So like, look at that. That looks much more interesting, but I don't have to detail everything. This alone just gives me enough for the line work part. How to make the drawing interesting? It depends on what you find interesting. Like,
yeah.
That's more of like a subjective thing.
It is a bit subjective, but generally speaking, that would be a design thing.
Yeah.
If you want something to look good, is usually a design like thinking. So think shapes, focal point. Like, am I using interesting shapes? Like, I'll give you an example, right? This piece that I'm painting right now that I started a little bit ago, I'm trying to make it look more interesting. And so, like, what makes things interesting? Variety. Like, to me,
Peak design lesson.
to me, this is what Lau wanted the other day, talking about design.
Design is an underrated thing. People
Variety.
always talk about style, but we need to talk about design.
Static versus dynamic. Right? Unevenness. You know, 60, 30, 10, or like, you know, or maybe we'll just say like 70, 30. Right?
What brush is that? It was, I think it was a syrup brush on Procreate Sci-Fi.
Yeah. This is like what makes stuff look good is you think about these sort of things. So it's like, how am I trying to make this piece here look good? Well, first off, I'm working in an extremely limited value range. I'm working in 3 values here, basically. Pretty much 3 values. All right. Meaning light, medium, and a little bit darker. Like, that's sort of the range that I'm working in. And so you get these really bold shapes. Let's just like take some of these shapes out and look at them, right? There's a shape. Let's take this shape. Here's a shape.
Ooh.
Let's take this shape. Here's a shape, right? Here's a shape. Here's a shape.
Wow, look at all those shapes.
Ooh, I like
that
this
one. I was just gonna say do that one.
Here's a shape. Look at the variety between these shapes. This one is tall and it's got a little sticky outy bit, and then it comes over and down and at an angle, and then it has like a little sticky outy bit again, like a point, and then it comes back and up. This one, very uneven, right? Zoop. I'm not just using like these really bland shapes, like, oh, there's this, and oh, there's another one here, and they're all the same size. Like, oh, this shape. Oh, here's another shape. Oh, it's the same thing again. Oh, here's another shape. It's the same thing, but rectangle tilted. Oh, here's another one. It's the same thing. Like, I'm not doing this. You can do this. You have to understand how it plays into static versus dynamic. So what I'm doing is I'm going like, oh, here's a shape, and this one's a little wedge.
Ooh.
And here's a shape, and this is a roundish shape, and it's kind of medium size. And here's like a long shape that's laying flat with some bumpies on it.
That could literally be like a city in the background instead of the ground too. Like
Yes.
these shapes can be anything.
So you want to know why anime hair looks so good is because they do this. They vary the strands. They make large areas. They make small areas. They cut hair over other hair,
They're
right? They're like,
composing
oh, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this. They're composing shapes with respect to the three-dimensional aspect. So this is in 3D. However, the actual two-dimensional shapes themselves that show up on the canvas, they're being broken. There's interesting things going on. They're like, oh, maybe I have a little hair that comes out there, and then this one has a little piece that comes out there, and maybe there's a little break right there, right? And then you go, oh, I'm going to make a little triangular wedge right there, and then this one has a drop shadow, and let's put that drop shadow under there. Same exact thing. I'm playing with shapes, large, medium, and kind of curved. Here's a small, here's a small, here's a small, here's another small, here's a little small dark shape.
What's the 730 thing?
70-30 is basically just, it kind of relates to like, you know, the rule of thirds, if you've ever heard of it. Like, it's just, I like the way Will Weston describes it the best. He's just like, you make things different enough in size so you can immediately tell. And so if you have a large object and you have a smaller object, you don't have to think about the hierarchy between them, right? This one is obviously the largest. This one is obviously the middle. This one is obviously small. If I make something and it's like this, well, this one's larger, but this one's close enough to it in size that I kind of have to think about the difference. It's just the way that your brain works. So people will go and look at 70-30 and they'll kind of relate it to unevenness and variety. It's really all
ratio.
umbrellas under variety, which is like your brain likes when there's a variety, but it also likes structure and unity. Nathan Fowkes, he talks about unity with variety. Unity with variety. This is one of my favorite subjects. I'm getting goosebumps. Unity with variety. I'm not lying. Unity with variety is structure with flavor, right? It's like
ooh,
where is the
expected with a
unity
twist.
in this piece? Perspective, structure,
The values.
value. There is the perspective grid, right? There's structure to this. There's something to look at. There's a value structure. There is simple grouping. I have grouped the sky with the shadow color of the building, and I've broken it out with color rather than value. So you can see that in this piece, I've unified things and I've added variety in very careful places. That's exactly how people draw anime hair. Like, a gesture is like unity with variety, right?
It's like a not a yoinkin twist. Maybe it is a yoinkin
No.
twist. It's more like status
there's
quo.
a twist.
Status quo. Like, oh yeah, this is familiar. Oh wait, there's something different. It's like that. How do you know the difference between it looks good versus is this realistic? Like for hair.
I'm not sure what you mean.
What do you mean by realistic? For me, I go by if does it look good, because, I mean, do you mean like is this realistic? Do you mean like the hair is logical, or do you mean like does it look realistic, as in realism? Because I don't know. I don't necessarily think in terms of is this realistic, because you can always make an argument. Like your brain can suspend your reality and decide and say, hey, this anime hair is realistic. Like would hair flow that way? I mean, if it looks like it's going downwards in gravity and not just magically flying everywhere, I mean, then, yeah, I mean, just look at anime. None of their hair makes sense, but it looks good, so it doesn't really matter. Like, people can have gravity defying spiky hair, and it would feel realistic enough, being like, yeah, that could probably happen, and it's just because of the structure, right? It's kind of a hard question to answer because it's kind of subjective. If you want to go like full on realism about it, like would hair flow that way, you just got to think, is there wind affecting this hair movement? Or are they floating somewhere? Are they underwater? How would that flow? Like, definitely when you're underwater, hair would not just stay still. It would be floating around. There's a cause and effect for that, right? So I would say, what's your intention with the hairstyle? If it's meant to be fluffy and chaotic, then make it fluffy and chaotic. It doesn't have to be super incredibly scientific about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also just say, does it look good? That's probably more important. Because if it looks good, the brain doesn't really bat an eye about it. What app is this? This is Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm working in Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. How do you suggest starting out with learning anatomy and coloring techniques, or just coloring? Just coloring?
I'm not really sure what you mean.
There's just a few questions in there, so which one would you like to focus on? How have you guys drawn animals? Actually, Colton has drawn horses.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not really an animal or creature artist. I'm pretty beginner at it.
I am. I don't draw animals. I mean, like, if you understand the fundamentals, then drawing animals wouldn't really be that hard. You would just have to understand the basic forms and stuff.
But anyways, I hope that makes sense with like the 70-30 thing. The brain likes structure, but it gets really, really bored if things are just structured. So you have to have enough structure that you feel comfortable, but enough variety that there's something to look at and enjoy. And structure can come in many forms. It can come from perspective. It can come from
correct lighting.
Yeah, like a value grouping or something like that.
Like, obviously, the brain will be bored of this. So you're like, well, what more interesting things can I add to it? But the structure is there, right? If it's too much structure, it starts looking like very static and very boring. But then you're like, okay, well, how do I make this more interesting? Well, maybe I'll add like some shingles. Now, I'm not very good at drawing houses and stuff, so I'm kind of doing a bit of risky little bit.
Would that apply to character design? Yeah.
Yes.
It applies to anything. Anything you
Applies to
can look
anything.
at. Graphic designers think a lot about this with their principles of design.
Yeah.
Did you print more heads? Yes.
Yes.
This is so far our 2 latest tests.
Yep.
We've got the light gray and the black, and we're going to be doing a dark gray one as soon as our dark gray comes in. But they look pretty good, honestly. I think that they're starting to look pretty legit, as opposed to, you know, what we currently have up, which are all the hand-drawn ones.
Yeah.
So these hand-drawn ones are up.
These are definitely more
These are on our
delicate.
TikTok shop.
Yes, you can actually get these.
You can get this exact type of thing on our TikTok shop for reference. Ooh, nice lighting. Look at that.
Nice angles.
Yeah, so these are reference models that we make here in our house, and we sell them on TikTok shop.
So if you struggle with drawing faces and heads, it's
for
perfect
your
you.
educational help, for your, you know, for your education.
Yep.
So if you struggle with angles or whatever, this has some topology lines that shows. Looks good.
Shows the head angles and stuff.
And we're just working on like new improvements and stuff right now. Those were the earlier heads.
Let's see here.
You really like the light gray? I do too.
Yes, I can talk about how to learn anatomy. This is how I learned anatomy. And I recommend this for basically anyone. Understand proportion first. Not first, but like proportion and gesture. Understand the flow. Right? Get this part and kind of get a feeling for it. Find a method that works for you. I'll talk about it a little bit later. Proportion and gesture is key to understanding how to draw the body from start to finish. The second part is the form. So notice that I did not talk about any anatomy or any muscles yet. It's because these two are the foundation of your people drawing. If you don't get this right, or you don't understand any of this, it's going to be very hard to add the anatomy on top, because the anatomy assumes that you know this, right? Because anatomy is just form drawing. but you need this on top to make it look more like a person. And then the third part is the anatomical information. So if you want to learn the proportions, one of my favorite ways is dividing in halves and thirds, or fourths, whatever. Right? Understanding that the top half of the body is halfway. So like this is your crotch. We teach this in our anime art school, by the way, and we give you a lot of assignments that practices this. But the thing is, you're not just like only learning this once. You are constantly doing this. You're constantly dividing. So like here, divide this in half, divide this in half. Here's your kneecaps, bottom of your kneecaps. Here's your chest area. Divide this in half. Here's your head. So now you have a structure to then draw a body with, right? So now you're like, okay, well, where's my ribcage and pelvis? Well, head to neck. You can divide this whole area into 3 parts. So now you're like, okay, I'm going to divide this section into 3 parts in thirds. So I know that this is visual math, right? But it's like super useful visual math. First box is your head and neck. Head and neck, not just the head, or else you get a really big head. Second box is your rib cage. Third box, halfway down, is your pelvis. So like, okay, now things are looking more human. You're like, okay, I'm understanding the structure a little bit more. Your shoulders are around 1 hand length apart. Here's your elbows. Your elbows reach around the bottom of your rib cage. So like now you're thinking about things relationally. I know I'm going over this a little bit fast. We do have a YouTube video on this, on how to do proportions, so you can check that out on our YouTube channel. The wrist ends at around the crotch, and then out comes the hand. Now it looks like a person. The head's not too big, the head's not too small, it's just right. Your legs. Here's your kneecaps. This fans down. This comes out. Here's your feet. Your feet do not go beyond this. Although that's also possible. It's just, for now, we're just keeping it within this range. Here's your feet. So now you understand this. You do this over and over and over again, and you can add gesture along with it. Let's see here. Going to the... Wish I could just draw for a living. Oh. Well, I mean, as long as you keep drawing and you want to continue stoking that flame of, like, you want to have art as a career, then consider learning the fundamentals.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
I don't see why it can't be you eventually,
Yeah, exactly. So then you're like, okay, well, now how do I fit this into a gesture? Well, sometimes gestures can be it's like a necklace, right? So like you have this character here and it's in a general S shape. Well, you can divide this gesture in half, roughly, and you're like, okay, yeah, top, bottom, here's my upper body. Split that in thirds, roughly. Oh, here's my head, here's my neck, here's my rib cage, here's my pelvis. Structure, right? Weighted leg, resting leg. Oh, I know where my arm goes. Here's my elbow because I swing out from this side, swing out from this side. Here's my wrist. And you're just like doing this over and over again. No anatomy yet, but like if you get this, anatomy will be way easier. Oh, let's see here.
You want to move on to another topic?
Yeah, we can.
Or just work on our stuff as well.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, that's how I would do anatomy. Because I would start here. Sorry,
I'm not doing any anatomy. That's.
But I know,
but it's true. Like you start learning how to do people by learning how to build the underlying structure, and then the anatomy later is kind of just like information that you add on top.
Yeah.
If you learn all the muscles and stuff first, it doesn't look good. It's like
you're starting with no structure.
You have no house. There's an empty dirt lot, and you're just like, I'm gonna go buy a picture to hang on my wall, and some light switches, and ooh, I'm gonna get a new pretty ceiling fan, and then it's just like you're here, and you're just like with all this stuff that goes in a house on a dirt lot, and there's no house there. There's no structure. There's no anything.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend to study figure drawing.
This is the stuff that I teach you guys on in the anime art school, like structure, proportion, breakdown, and then once you know that, then you get into this kind of stuff.
You add structure, not the structure. You add the anatomy on top of that underlying structure.
Look at that. Where is it resting? I was resting on a cylinder.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a body with no bones or a body with no volume. It's like
Yeah.
you just have muscles.
Yeah,
And it's like
blobs.
blobs.
Right. So yeah, so you can get this this program for 20% off right now. So you can take a screenshot for your reference.
In your opinion, what was the hardest to learn? Was it anatomy? No, anatomy is relatively easy to
Yeah.
learn. It's just a bunch of like memorization and repetition. I think the hardest thing to learn is probably design, like just building
Yeah.
a an eye and experience for design. I find it very difficult.
How to make things flow together and
Just
not.
design in general.
Yeah. Well, I also think that like when people ask like, "Oh, how do I learn anatomy?" It's like they're asking too well, and I don't blame them. It's just they're asking a question that's too like above what they need. They're thinking about the outer details more than the actual stuff.
Yeah.
The structure and the skeleton. Not the skeleton. Not that you need to learn the skeleton, but it's like understanding the basic forms of the body. Like I'm not adding any anatomy in here. I'm just adding a very, very long cone with a box at the end. Very long cylinder with a box at the end. And it's a little bit more of a cone shape down here. That's all I'm doing. But like if I wanted to make her more muscular, I can, because that's like extra knowledge.
I wish I knew you guys earlier. Well, you found us now, so that's good.
It is kind of true. Like in class, Christina explained the muscles like looking at a map, and that helped me understand it. Oh, that's good.
That's great.
I'm glad. Yeah. It's like thinking of the muscles in kingdoms, like, oh, where's the pec kingdom, pectoralis kingdom versus the abs kingdom?
Oh, look.
Oh, that's
That's cute.
pretty.
That's Dahlia's.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's gorgeous.
Tira as a fairy.
Okay.
That's nice. Oh, and Tootie.
Ooh,
Tootie did this.
whoa.
That's great.
Holy crap. That's amazing.
I didn't see that.
I did not see that. I'll have to look at it later.
No, but Ray looked very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Yippee.
Tira wear and server fan art. Dahlia made Tira. It
Soggy.
looks very good.
Soggy, can you ask the question
Nice.
again? That is very, very nice.
Oh, a nice back view. Okay. Soggy has something to ask. Everybody's saying Soggy has something to ask.
Can you guys demonstrate drawing lighting but incorporating it with warm and cool colors?
Yeah. I mean, that was my whole demo that I did a little bit ago. I was using warm and cool colors here. So I have
That's so
this
pretty.
is a very standard lighting setup here, right? You've got warm light coming in, you've got a cool sky, and you've got warm bounce on the ground. And so every plane that's facing the light is light and warmed by the light. Every plane that is facing out and up is I'm making it a little bit cooler. And then every plane that's facing the ground, I'm making a little bit warmer because I've got some like warm bounce coming up. This is not every single shot. This is dependent on what you have, right? Like I've got a pretty like blue sky here. If the sky was green, I would get green influence here. It's not like a static thing. This changes. Like if you've ever gone out on a cloudy day, the shadows aren't blue because there's no sky, like like an overcast day. It's very, very ambiently lit. There's no hard shadows. It's just ambient, lit with kind of like a neutral gray light. If you go out on a sunny day and it's a blue sky, you get, you know, nice warm sunlight hitting, and then you get nice blue light from the sky bouncing into the shadows or filling the shadows. But it just depends. Like it depends what you want. There's really no one way to do it. There's no right way.
Dahlia posted the Tira fan art in server fan art.
Yep.
I love the bluish purple color as well.
Oh, they are.
I associate with Yuming's art too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Sometimes
I
I'll
do.
move a little bit into the
The Yuming color palette.
this kind of blue. I like this blue. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Actually, a really dark sky like that would be really cool too.
Yeah.
I wish I knew you guys earlier. Well, I'm glad that you do now.
Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, that's nice.
Like we could even just fill
like
this whole
that.
thing. As long as the shapes are still working,
Yeah.
then you can kind of fill it and make the argument. Let's just like take all that. know?
I like that better.
Yeah, I do too.
Think I like that better. It's very bold, and I like
Yeah,
it.
I think I'm just gonna keep that. And like little hooks like this are really important.
Hooks, tapering.
Yep, tapering.
Oh, that is so pretty. It almost looks like Mars, like a castle on Mars or something. That's kind of cool. Not that Mars would have a purple sky, but
Yeah, it kind of does feel like that, you know.
one of my favorite color palettes of all time. Is there a schedule to this channel streaming days?
We're going live every day this week.
At around 4 p.m. Pacific, I think. Does it cost money to enroll in your college program?
Yeah.
If so, how much? Yes, it does.
Yep, it's on sale, 20% off. So it's normally $497, and now it is $397. And it's big. It's a 1-year program, and it will take you a very long time to get through.
Yep.
Right now, I counted, and I didn't include the Intro to Digital Art class, and I didn't include some lessons that Christina's already recorded. It's about 106 hours of content, of like lessons, structured lessons that you go through, and there's a lot of homework as well.
A lot of homework.
Yeah, and it's divided into terms, like 14-week terms. And so there's term 1, which is like heads, faces, and expressions, and then there's the anatomy class in that term. Term 2 is let's see, costume drawing, perspective, and advanced character design. And then is painting also in term 2, or is that term 3? No, term
Painting's
3
in
is
term 3.
Term 3 is my painting class.
Like the character design class.
Oh, the character design class is in term 3?
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember. It's 3 terms. It's organized. I just forget what order they're in exactly.
I thought it was 4 terms.
Nope.
Okay, 3 terms then.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. It's all shown on our page if you want to check it out.
Right.
And make
here.
sure you use the code SPRING at checkout. That'll give you the discount. Code SPRING for the spring season.
Yes. It's available in the UK as well, I think.
Yes.
If you can get it online, I mean, it's online. It's an online program, so yes.
Yeah, it is an online program. Anybody can take it. And you own it forever.
Yes.
It is a lifetime program.
Cool silhouette. I'll put a little bit of gray background behind it. Sometimes I'll start painting like this, where it's like I'll just kind of fill with a base color, and then I'll just like have a shadow color, or not shadow color, but like a background color, and then I'll paint within this area so I can understand my values a bit more. Sometimes I will paint like that. It makes it easier. Okay, never mind. See, maybe I'll make it a little bit cooler. And this also helps me to give me like a direction of how cool or warm I want it. So like if I want it more desaturated, I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna go into more of a cooler direction rather than something that's very warm or saturated. There we go. Should be more like this.
So you're doing what now?
Just painting on this.
Are you using the color palette that's here?
Yeah, I want to use that. You can
Okay.
send it to me actually.
Sure. You want me to turn the line work off, or?
Yeah, turn the line work off.
Okay.
That's good. You guys have a YouTube channel? Yes, we do. Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. Those are fun. In case you switch your screen for a little bit.
Yep.
If you guys get the opportunity to buy it, I highly recommend. I have learned so
go.
much. Oh, thank you, Dahlia. So yes, I'm gonna be painting that. Cole just sent it to me.
Yeah, we're just working on the next shot. We need something to do during live streams in the meantime, and so we started working on these illustrations together.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
And then this is the next one.
This
it's
is gonna be so
them.
fun.
Yeah, it is. It is gonna be fun.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was just messing with this with this today.
Nice. I really like it. Really good. Okay.
How long have you guys been doing this, and what made you start? We started teaching in 2019. We started our YouTube channel in like 2022 or 2023. We started live streaming maybe a year and 10 months or so ago. A year and 9 months. And so we started live streaming, almost 2 years ago. Been teaching for a long time. I did student mentorships full-time for a while. We've taught a bunch of live classes over Zoom now over the last couple of years. So a while. Years.
Yeah.
Did you guys do art school? Yeah.
Yes.
Still, I mean, we still take classes.
Yeah.
But we're not going to art school right now. We take classes online by like various artists to learn certain things. You know, maybe we'll take like a painting class by a really good painter, or like a character design class by like a Riot artist. Online education is quickly, and probably has already, outpaced like university style. The issue with like the issue with like college art is the fact that it's broad and it's not specialized. And so a lot of students find a very difficult time becoming employable because it's such a broad curriculum. It's like, we're going to do a little bit of this, then we're going to do a little bit of that, we're going to do a little bit of that. And so a lot of students will graduate and not find work. And
they'll wonder why.
It's funny because I was looking at some of Swatch's stuff, and Clint was talking about that. He's like, they'll not find work for 6 months and go, okay, I have to up my skills, because they have like this broad education, like general skills. They're not very proficient with a lot of like design and lighting and color. They kind of know the basics, but it's not at like an employable level. And so Christine and I built this foundation school of ours in order to really teach those hard skills of like lighting, color theory, design, figure drawing, and anatomy. Like we're very specialized like foundation school, and we specifically focus on 2D drawing and painting skills, understanding form, drawing it, having a good approach to figure drawing with proportion, having a good approach to design and shape language, having a good approach to lighting and color and structure and composition. And we teach a lot of assignments that you can take and do for years afterwards. We give you like this library of things to practice.
Tools
that are forever.
But also the quality of the education is not necessarily only found in like university stuff. Like the reason why we like to take classes from people who are reputable, like, you know, Riot artists or whoever who knows their stuff, right? Like, because they've been doing it for a good long while. But with universities, sometimes it's like you don't necessarily know what the instructor's experience is.
Oh my gosh, dude, the number of colleges out there that just like kind of really quickly try to throw together like a janky program on like the new popular topic.
Just to get new students.
Just to get students signing up. Like, we have a VizDev degree, or we have a concept art degree. And then all the teachers actually teaching in that program have like never even been concept artists. They like don't even know what concept art is, or they have like very little work experience.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just rampant. I can't believe it. And so you're going to college, you're spending an insanely massive amount of money going to college to learn from someone who has barely even done the thing. And it's crazy to me. Like, I think it's, you know, criminal. Like, I think it shouldn't even be like legal for.
And it's not the fault of the teachers, by the way. Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then like the recruiters are going to the high schools and they're recruiting like naive high school students into.
Yeah, we have a concept art.
Into this program that's just like not even very well built.
Yeah.
And there's in colleges a lot of the time are so clunky they can't keep up with things. So they're just like, oh, we need to make a program on this really fast. And it's just rampant. It's not every college. Like, there are definitely good programs out there, but like, how would someone who doesn't know be able to choose? It's the same, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you just literally know nothing about something, there's things that are good and things that are not good, and you can't differentiate them.
Yeah.
And so like that's why the advice that we give all the time on stream is like, people are like, I want to do this, what should I do? I'm like, find 10 to 20 people, or let's even just say 5 to 10 people who are currently doing what you want to do professionally. Email them, message them, explain your situation, ask them for advice. They will, like, a lot of them will get back to you. If you want to be a concept artist, go look at your local, at a bookstore, and find all of the names of the concept artists in the art of your favorite game. Like, whatever, if you want to work on, what's like a game that came out kind of recently or something, but they're all over. Like, you can find these artists everywhere, or illustrators. If you want to work on Magic the Gathering cards, go find a list of, or go look around and find Magic the Gathering illustrators, compile a list of them, find their emails, write them a nice thought out email and say, hey, my dream is to do what you're doing. I'm thinking about doing this. What's your experience? And you will get really, really, really good feedback. And you will literally eliminate the amount of wasted time and money by so much. It's insane. So much. Or like an animator, like a professional animator, like who works on something that you really want to work on. And the key is do it over a large enough sample size that you're doing a good job at like eliminating kind of the outlier. You get like a general idea of, okay, I'm going to need to learn these skills. Well, 8 out of 9 people that responded to me talked about these specific skills. So I need to make sure I develop those. Oh, well, 5 out of 9 people talked about this. 3 of them went to this school. And like, you start to get this data, you accumulate data on what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you know, caution. I'll give some caution for this advice that I'm giving you. It works very well. It works very well. You know, talking to actual people who are doing what you want to do and asking them about their own experiences and their advice, it works really well. Like, you will very quickly start to get the gist of stuff.
But doesn't college help make connections?
It can.
It can.
If there's people there worth making connections with. And I mean that literally. Like, if there's people there that are worth making connections with, absolutely. But there's a lot of colleges that don't have anybody. Like, everybody's got their own path, right? I never thought I'd be doing XYZ. Like, I'm not saying don't do something. I'm saying it's like, do your due diligence before you put a bunch of money into a program.
Yeah.
I don't think that's unreasonable. Like, is that unreasonable advice? Like, hey, if you want to do something that could potentially flip your entire life upside down, maybe we should do a little bit of research from like people who know, people who are like experts on the topic.
It's true. Ooh. That'd be so cute.
Like, Art Center, for example, it costs $250,000 to go through Art Center. That's like insane, right? You could live for years and years off of that. Is the connections that you're making at Art Center, is it worth that? And like, for some people, the answer may be yes. They're just like, yeah, I got $250,000 to throw around. Not me. I don't. But some people, it's just like, yeah, my parents want me to go to college. They're going to pay for it. It's like, it's a very case-by-case situation.
Yeah.
And like, that's why a lot of people are trying to make affordable education online. They have like a one-on-one mentorship for like $1,000, and you're actually working with someone and you're making a connection with them, and they can see your work ethic and go, wow, this person, like my mentor grandfathered me into, I don't know if that's actually the right term. He brought me onto jobs that he was on. That's like how I made some of my first professional concept art jobs. I met him online. I never paid him.
You're the
We were
one who
just
asked-
friends.
you just asked
He would
him.
send me feedback on my work. Yeah, I asked him.
You asked him.
I became friends with him, and I was friends with him for a long time. I haven't talked to him in a while. He runs his own business and stuff now, but like,
that's fun.
I never met him in college. I met him by just randomly messaging concept artists on Facebook.
Yeah, you can make connections outside of college as well. So
Yeah,
like,
oh my gosh,
you can
yeah.
make connections anywhere.
Like, connections are, it is like, you know, human connections.
Yeah.
Like,
Human
you
resources.
talk to people, you go to events, you go to whatever, maybe Lightbox or cons, and you talk to people and you interact with them, and you can also make a lot of connections online. And trust me, it's a lot cheaper to go to like your local anime or art convention than it is to go to, you know, if that's like the deciding factor, like, oh, I need to make connections at college. It's like, a couple $100 for the day at some conventions. Like, we went to Fan Fusion here, right? We went to Fan Fusion in Phoenix and walked around and met Alex Brock. He is a Magic the Gathering artist. He's worked there for years. We talked to him. We bought some prints from him. You know, they're not expensive, like $20. You know, we support your local artists too. The money actually goes to them. We were like, hey, we run a YouTube channel, free to run a YouTube channel, by the way. And we want to talk to you. We want to invite you on. And he's just like, yeah, dude, like, here's my contact. I'll go on your YouTube channel and talk to you. And here's the cool thing. You can go and make a YouTube channel and interview someone or talk to someone and just ask all the questions that you want to know, and other people will also get benefit out of it. I used to run a YouTube channel, dude. Oh my gosh. I used to run a YouTube channel where I did interviews with artists. Oh my gosh. The artist that we were able to get on was insane. I got Ate Gillian on. He was a Riot Splash artist, super nice guy. Never met him in school or college.
You kind of met them at work.
And
in a
then you
way.
meet people and they know people. And so you go, hey, like, dude, you want to make connections? I'll give you the craziest advice right now. This is like 10x your connections. Make a connection and then ask them if they have any people that they feel like would be good for this, right? Like, hey, do you know any artists that you think would be willing to whatever come on for an interview? Again, free to start a YouTube channel, free to do interviews, free to whatever. Do you know anybody? And then, dude, I'm telling you, the art industry, very well connected. Oh,
You're
yeah.
a small world.
I know a guy at Netflix who's doing animation for XYZ. Oh yeah, my roommate is, dude, one of my best friends, his name's Ben. He was roommates with Penn Ward, the guy who made Adventure Time. He was roommates with him for a long time.
That's crazy.
I didn't have any interest in interviewing or talking to him, the guy back then, but like, he's like, yeah, I still got his number and stuff. And I'm just like, that's crazy, dude. Everybody knows everybody if you just like ask about it and inquire.
Okay, this Abby painting's it's cooking.
And they're real people, by the way. Like, talk to people like they're human beings. Everybody's a human being, right? You talk to them, you give them something of value. Just be like, I really like your work. Like, I want to do what you do. Do you have any advice? It's one of my favorite topics because it's so incredibly effective. You literally will get mind blown constantly. Like,
Warning, this will work.
yeah, I interviewed a guy on my old YouTube channel, Terrence Cantal. He was a concept artist, an art director working in a place in France. Now he's one of Riot's like main splash artists. And like, people also move into new positions and keep growing. Like, in 5 years, the people you know are going to be in different places as well.
You know what I just realized? I also feel like the idea of art college is very attractive, mainly because the tuition is so high that people don't really think about it as a number anymore. They think
Yeah.
about that number as this. If this number is so high, it must get me to my goals. Should I actually even consider it? Like, some people are
Yeah.
actually willing to.
It's like you don't even consider
But, like,
a dollar amount.
Exactly,
anymore.
but when they see something that's much cheaper, but maybe it's like $300, people are like, ooh.
They don't value
They
it
don't
as much.
exactly. So like, I think that's kind of interesting to point out, because just understand the amount right? Like college is expensive.
Yeah. And if you go,
know?
oh, well, I don't want to start a YouTube channel, or I don't want to do any online stuff like that. Well, what do you think they're going to make you do in college? They're going to make you go present in front of the class. Like, you're going to be doing this anyways. You know, it's like you do presentations, you critique other people's works, you talk to people. It's like, oh, I want to go to college for connections. It's just like, you want to make connections, but you don't want to make connections. Like, they're the same skills. Like, you're going to have to do it one way or the other. Like, just saying. They're going to make you present in front of the class.
But at least with YouTube, at least you can make money off of it, you know? Like if you get good.
Yeah.
But like with college, you're in debt. For most people.
Yeah.
Most people
And regardless, like, I'm not even saying don't do it. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, please
do
your due diligence before you do it, or even in the process of doing it. Like, maybe you go, well, I'm gonna do this, and if I find something that I feel like is working better, it's like, just don't submit and be like, they'll teach me there. Like that, one of the worst, in my opinion, one of the worst mentalities you can take is, I can be hands off with my education because my college is going to take care of it.
Oh,
that does not work. You have to be
I'll
very
learn this.
proactive. That's how you get taken advantage of. That is how you screw yourself, dude. Like,
It's
being
so
hands off because you think someone else is going to take care of it is how, like, these famous musicians have all of their money stolen by their manager. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Who
But
did that
no,
happen to?
I don't know who it happened, but it definitely happens to a lot of artists. But it's like, I definitely hear a lot of people who say like, and I've experienced this too, like for classmates, like, I don't need to learn this right now. I'll learn it in college.
Yeah. I think I have a class on that in term 4.
Like, but
question mark? Wait,
wouldn't
I'm
you
like, was
just-
that a question or a statement?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's fine. If you have
It's
a class
fine.
on it in term 4, that's whatever. Are you sure you want to leave it up to, I mean, I think I have something like that later, when it's like one of the most important skills you have to learn to get a
Like-
career in what you want to do.
Yeah. And I'm like,
It's like you, the amount that you hear that is like, yeah, I think I have a,
an anatomy class.
I think I have like a, yeah. Oh, I think I have a class on that later in another term. And it's just like, I hope so.
I hope so. And I hope it's a good one. Like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like you've really inspired me to do this. But like, I remembered,
Absolute cinema pose. Yeah.
I feel like if I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I need to prepare as much as I can so I can get the most out of it, even before college. Like, I was like, well, I'm learning this right now. I might as well, because that's gonna help me. Like, I'm not gonna wait to learn it. And I feel like that's that is part of the personality
Yeah.
type, right?
I knew a lot of standing in front of class every single week. Yeah. Should have judged the art school by its vibe and aura. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like how you used the phrase, communication is key. Yeah, I mean, communication is one of the most important skills you can develop, period.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're interacting with people. Every single thing you do
It's
is
not
an
art
interaction.
job. It's an interaction job.
Yeah.
It's not like they are using your art as a tool, right, to get somewhere. But ultimately, are you easy to work with?
Yeah. I knew lots of people like that. Talked to them about being proactive about their education, and they all looked at me like I was nuts. I mean, you don't blame them, because, like,
Yeah, that's kind of.
this is business. You learn this in business, by the way, and this is how colleges work a lot of the time, is you solve or claim to solve every problem for the customer, right? A college can go, we will get you to your goals. And I don't think they straight up say this, but I think a lot of people fall into this idea, is that they'll get me to my goals. I can be passive about it.
I don't have to lift a finger.
I'm going to this expensive, yes, exactly. I'm going to this expensive college. I don't have to lift a finger. It's going to be done for me. Or like, and then a bunch of people, I think, fall into that mentality of like, done for you. It's like, you make more, colleges will make more sales if they, as much as you can do for someone else, right? They make more sales. They get more students to sign up when it's just like, you have to do 50% less work than the other guy. And it's like, I want to do less work.
I want to do less work. Yeah.
Just keep it in mind, like when someone's like done for you, and it's not inherently bad. Like, I mean, what about DoorDash? Like, DoorDash is done for you. You don't have to pick up your food. That's less work, right? Delivery, but it also comes with a cost, right? Like a financial cost,
Yeah.
or the cost of your career in this case. But just be aware of it. Like, kind of keep an eye out when people are like, we're doing this for you, especially when it comes to really important life decisions. I personally like to be very hands-on with
Your life decisions.
my life decisions, yeah. Otherwise, your life decisions will be for the benefit of someone else.
It will be done for you, and then you will have no control. Artists are stereotyped as introverted, but the ones that succeed in their careers generally have decent people skills. Yeah,
The people that generally, like, I agree totally.
totally.
If you want to do better in life in general, it is worth developing people skills. You know, it sucks. I don't think it sucks. I think people
I think it's
skills are fun to develop, but it sucks. But unfortunately, your life is basically just a bunch of interacting with other people. That's very few things happen without interaction of people. It's just the way that it is.
It's a fun topic to talk about. I get
Yeah.
very passionate about this kind of topic.
How stressful is this line of work? It is very stressful. I really gotta pee. I've been sitting here holding it for a long time. I don't know what you mean by this line of work.
What do you mean by line of work? Do you mean like what I'm doing currently right now? Or do you mean like what Colin's been talking about, like concept art and stuff? How can I study lighting? Colton will say, and I'll say it in his place, do a lot of still lifes. Literally create not like, don't just get a picture of a still life. Like literally make it yourself. It can be as simple as a glass of water and a lamp. Because what you're doing is you are taking control of your scene. The still life actually starts before the drawing. You are setting things up. You're like, okay, where's my glass of water? Is it here? And I'm drawing like a, I'll do a glass of water or whatever with a piece of paper that's like this, that's different colors perhaps, because it can be whatever you want. Oh, and I'm gonna set my light like right here. And so this gives you information of how to study color and light, or study lighting. Colton has a rendering class in Anime Art School that teaches you how light works and how to calculate shadows. But essentially it looks like this. This is our stuff that's done in our Anime Art School. So like lighting, this is lighting, right? Lighting primitive forms. He teaches you how to calculate them with these triangles. And he's teaching you like, oh, this is because the light comes in like straight, linearly. So if it's like sunlight, for example, you'll get this kind of direction. And here's how you calculate it, right? He has this one right here as well. Casting multiple shadows on top. Here's how to calculate them. But also helps with still lifes. Like still lifes that will kind of give you an idea of like how does light react about when it comes to things. Like, I noticed this light is casting a really big shadow down here. Oh, okay, that's where it ends. And you're like, oh, okay, that's where my shadow is. Not saying like this is a pitch perfect example, but someone is asking about how do they study lighting. Carefully, I'm kidding.
Lighting. Is that what you mean by lighting?
Yeah, is that what you mean by lighting? I mentioned like it's good to do still lifes and actually set up your light source so that you know where it is, rather than being like, oh, where is it supposed to be in an image? But Colton has a whole class on it. I mean, and it's also 20% off, so you can go and check this out here.
Can I send you what I have so far of Tira? You can, yeah, I think so.
You can just send it also in server fan art, like,
yeah,
this is a whip.
You can send the whip in server fan art if you want. We'll check it out.
I can't put my word, but I love how you're rendering the artwork in a layer. Yeah, it's like generally just one layer. It's just one layer.
You can also send it to Lau.
Yeah. Yeah, Lau's a Tira fan.
Big Tira fan.
Big Tira fan. I used to think that painting had to require layers, and then I just decided I'm just gonna try it all in one layer. And then you just kinda, I don't know. You kinda just do it. I think layers are great for if you want to do something like some experimenting, like, oh, I don't know how Miko's eyes are gonna look, so I'm gonna do an experiment, add a different layer, and then paint on top, and like, oh, what if I wanted it like this, and how would that look? And if I like it, then I merge. And then, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading chat.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm putting Abby in a maple leaf outfit. That would be good.
Oh, that's cute.
I love that.
That'd be great.
Do you guys do other mediums aside from digital art? And we sketch and draw and stuff.
Yeah. I do some watercolor images here and there.
Yeah, we'll do watercolor sometimes. We did an oil painting class a while back. We don't do a lot of oil painting though. Mostly digital.
I need to make her mouth a bit more smooth.
And like,
Okay.
Christine and I have been streaming the last couple of years, like almost 2 years now, and the amount that we have learned about engaging with an audience and answering questions and handling different situations just from streaming is insane. Like, it's insanely high. It's like an entire college education on engaging, answering questions, and talking in front of people. I find it super, super useful. If you have the opportunity to stream and engage with people, I would definitely recommend it. It's very worth doing.
Oh, I just realized that you erased out her eyebrows. There you go. Well, I think it's like streaming is one of those things where it's life experience. Like, you're like, it's almost like a legacy thing. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to stream, you'll be like, yeah, I want to tell my kids one day that I streamed for a living at some point, you know?
Or not even a
Kinda
living,
cool.
just
Yeah,
stream.
or just streamed in general.
Just stream. Like, I think it's good. Like, I think it's such a good thing to do. Like, I really just recommend doing anything. Like, you will be amazed at the amount of crossover between different things. You'll be amazed at the amount of crossover between different things.
Yeah.
When it comes to just doing stuff. You know, you make a bunch of YouTube videos, you learn about better communication and presentation. You draw a lot, and it's like, oh, there's whatever skills that you learn from that, and patience, and so many things. They're not in a bubble. They're not isolated. Like, you can learn one thing and it will apply to many things.
That's true. Best school is life.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I'm drawing this correctly. I need a reference.
Do you have a grid?
I don't have a grid.
Okay. Do you want it to be like a loose hood?
Yeah, I want it to
Because
be
I
loose.
find like a lot of the time when it comes to like loose hoods and stuff, it looks like this. Like, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of mushrooms out like that.
Yeah, okay. I need to rework this major. You know, I may even need to go into the drawing phase.
I wouldn't have left the drawing phase at this point personally, not until
Yeah.
it was working. I mean,
True.
again, like, I paint a lot, so like maybe. But if it came to like people and stuff, I would still be in the drawing phase personally.
There was my Yeah, I went too early.
Nah, I mean, you could do that. I'm just saying what I would do.
Yeah.
And like, that's a hard angle. You're looking down at a character from above who's turning her head, who's wearing a hood you don't draw very often.
That's very true. I don't yeah,
Where was
that's very
that?
true.
Thing that we found her like this.
Yeah, can you put that on the pure ref somewhere?
Or
Oh yeah, that's good.
well, I'm gonna
Or like, yeah, you're gonna need to open another pure ref.
open recent.
I'll have to know what canvas size you're using. I don't know. I
don't
think
even
this is
have
a 5,000 by 6,000 canvas. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to just get the shape right as well.
So it's easy to not kind of. It's not a comfort zone, that's for sure.
Yeah. Need to learn the topology of the head. So first, I need to get my handy dandy head to solve this problem for me. So she's kind of turned like this.
this is cool.
That is cool. Ooh, that's really cool. It's like a Winter Abbey mercenary outfit.
Maybe we should design a neat outfit for Abby. This is like a Miko adventuring thing as well.
Yeah, that's cute. I posed the current thing in server fan art. Oh, awesome.
Oh, nice.
Any tips on how to add less volume to hair? I always make it too big. Carve it out. I don't know.
I think you might have answered your own question.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Okay, so what you can
really
do
know how to answer that.
is if you accidentally like you draw hair, right? And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm getting so good at drawing hair. Oh no. It's going out of control. I can't control." You can just like encapsulate the hair to how thick you want it.
Yeah. You can draw like
Okay.
the outside shape
Draw
and
the
then don't
outside
go
shape.
beyond that.
Yeah, don't go beyond that. If you start going beyond it, then it's like starting to get too fluffy.
Or you can just go, here's my cranium. Here's how far off of the cranium the hair is going to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go beyond that.
How do the watercolor OCs go for the rest of the night? That was good.
Good?
Good.
Fun?
Mm-hmm.
Boo boo. The canvas size? I don't know what canvas size she's using.
5,000 by 6,000. Although this area is smaller. I think it's 5,000 by 6,000.
The whole canvas, the whole white area is 5 by 6,000. So it's not as large as the whole area, obviously, but that's a good idea of it. But put the current thing in server fan art. Sweet, I'll check it in a second.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's very
That's
nice.
so pretty. Wow.
Cute.
Wow, you really got her likeness.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
It is pretty.
It's so pretty. That's a really good outfit for her too.
Yeah, it's definitely hits the vibe of the outfit.
If you got a question, you
Gorgeous.
can ask it.
Is getting jobs in these entertainment industries hard? I mean, any career that a lot of people want to go into, or any career that is perceived as very fun, I would say it tends to be pretty competitive.
Yeah.
So, generally, yes.
Okay, there we go.
What's something artists neglect to learn? I mean, foundation.
Yeah.
That would be my answer for it. Just general foundations. Different people have different things that they like to learn. I mentored a lot of students, like dozens and dozens of students, one-on-one. And the thing that I realized is that students generally fall into two categories. One category is they're analytical and they get stuck practicing stiff boxes and technique, and they can't break out of it. And the other group of students, and not everybody falls into these, but generally when you'll lean more towards one than the other. And the other group will draw a lot of flowy stuff, and they'll draw a lot of free flowing things, and they are like, I really need help getting myself to learn this more structured things. It's really, really prominent. There's people who, and every single student, they're like, I'm kind of stuck on this thing. I don't want to say every, but like most students, right? Some of them are just like a little bit different than that, but like it'll be like, oh, I'm kind of stuck on this thing. I really like drawing characters, but I just don't. I need to learn perspective, and I need someone to make me do the perspective. And then other people are like, I'm terrified to draw anything but perspective. Can you help me loosen up and draw more fun stuff?
Yeah.
And so if you want to make a little art quiz, you could just kind of look at the stuff you draw and you go, are you afraid to break out of this thing you're very comfortable with? Well, like, and generally the answer is yes. Like, are you more focused on the structure and you're afraid to not draw boxes? Or are you more focused on the flowy stuff and fun illustrations, and you're like, crap, I really need to
learn about this.
I really need to learn perspective and like anatomy and that. Good night, Lau.
Bye.
You saw a thing on Pinterest, draw your OC in this outfit. That's fun.
That's fun.
Are you making a comic? I've been seeing you guys making this for a while. This is the second shot. So this is the first shot, and it's, I don't know if it's a comic. It's just kind of like a sequential, like one after the other. This is the first shot that we did, and we worked on this one a lot of last week. And then the second shot is this one. Choop, 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 choop. Right there. And we're bare, like this is my sketch for it. And Christina's doing some of the characters right now.
Pineapple.
And then this is the camera angle of the first shot, or the second shot. So it's above them, pretty wide lens. They're really close to it, the camera lens. And then that's what we're gonna do. And so who knows if it's gonna be 2 or 3. Maybe we'll make 3 illustrations. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
The background is so cool. I like it. I think it's fun. Tried streaming on Twitch before, which was kind of killed my motivation. Didn't realize it was a better platform for those who already have a following. Yeah, I mean, Twitch is not really built for discoverability. I would also be careful of any new thing that you're trying having expectations. Like I would go into every new thing with 0 expectations at all. 0. So like if you start a YouTube channel, have 0 expectations. If you start live streaming, 0 expectations. You can't be disappointed if there were no expectations to begin with.
That's very true.
When Christina and I started streaming, we literally we weren't like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get a ton of viewers and followers and stuff like that. We literally just hit the live button and we're just like,
okay, whatever happens.
No idea. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I was expecting it to just be like, oh, we're probably just gonna get like 12 viewers or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. And like the same thing with everything. Like if you start a new hobby, just 0 expectations. Like do your best, right? Do your best and have no expectations. It's like a recipe for never being disappointed. How do you draw magical lighting?
Whoa, that's kind of cool. What do you mean by magical lighting?
I don't really know what you mean exactly, but I could go and do a little thing. Let's just say, you know, maybe we have like a dark greenish background. Like magic lighting, it depends on what you want to base it on. Like glowing things generally, you will start and your color will move. So like, whoa. Why is Photoshop all of a sudden being really weird? There we
go.
Okay. Like, if you want to paint fire, you can kind of go red, pull it up a little bit, pull it up a little bit into orange, travel up, pull it up a little bit, and you kind of get into like yellow, and then you start moving towards white. So like this. And then you'll end up getting like more towards white, right? So if you have fire magic, a lot of the time it will paint this, right? And again, fire has a relatively short like range of fall off. So like fire is not super bright, that it doesn't light things really far away. And it's a very, very red, warm light. And you can use that same kind of path for a lot of different magical effects. It doesn't have to be red. So if you want like green magic or blue magic or purple magic, you can just kind of think in terms of, okay, maybe I'll have like this purple magic, right? I'll make a new layer really quick just so I can copy paste it. Okay, purple magic, and I'll maybe come into blue. And I'll sort of come up here, more into blue. Maybe blue, like this. So there's like a little a little spot of like magic or something, right? You can have little like things coming off of it, like. Oh, we can like copy paste this around.
That's cool.
And we could make one bigger, one smaller, a little bit closer. And maybe this kind of comes down into a cone. Like, think in terms of like volumes, right? So for example, if I want this to be like a cone, here's a 3-dimensional cone. And I could put this light, this magic, into like the volume of a 3-dimensional cone maybe. And then maybe, or you could come down here and go, maybe I want this to be like a magic bolt that's like shooting, right? And so, okay, I got this, and this stuff is coming off of it like that, and it's flying through the air, and there's like little specks shooting off of it, like, right? And then there's like little dust specks like in the cloud, like twinklies or something.
Twinklies, I love that word.
And you could have kind of like this cloud trailing behind it. And maybe the tip of the cone, we're getting really like bright, like cyan or something, right? I did a lot of magical effects. It's all like physics, right? Think in terms of physics. A lot of people will build magical effects in like Houdini, and they look so cool. Right? And maybe we even have a little thing that goes around this, like this. Zoop. Zoop. And then maybe there's like reinforcing that cylindrical shape. Zoop. That could be like a little magical effect. Maybe we get a little bit of a soft brush. You know, we could do something maybe like that.
That's fun. How would it look if it had a bunch of different colors?
How would it look? Like, and what I mean by that is like, you know, you're the designer. So if you want to make it have different colors, you could go, okay, it's going to go from yellow to this, to that, to that.
Whoa.
And then you would use this color palette. Like, again, this is a 3-dimensional drawing, right? This is a cone in 3D. Again, like I said before, everything is dimensional drawing. These things all exist in 3D space, right? You could have a missile, like a magic missile or something, and so it would be like, okay, here's your right, and then up here is your bolt. So there's the red, and there's kind of red in the cloud, and then it gets up here, and it comes up here, and up into here maybe. People do this a lot, like a little missile. And then you could go through the rainbow if you want to do this. Like, I don't know. This right here is blue.
Ooh.
And this right here is, I don't know, pink. And this right here is, I don't know, maybe like an orange. And this is yellow. And this is green. And like you've got like this rainbow bolt, this rainbow missile bolt. And every one of these, you know, you could have like little specks in it. So maybe you're orange, you'd have some orange coming off. And I'm thinking of this, like each new color in my mind as a cone. And I'm just going to do this. Overlapping cone. You don't have to do it this way. This is just one way you could do it. This one's a cone. Green is going to be a cone. Pink is going to be a cone. So I think in terms of like layering three-dimensional forms and like, what is the material? Is it smoke? Is it moving fast? If it was moving slow, the smoke trail would probably be different than if it's moving fast. So maybe we go pink, right? And it's like boop, 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 boop. And then we go blue. Boop, 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 boop. And then we go yellow, or we could even go, let's keep it in blue.
So it's like a rounded, so like a rounded Christmas tree. If you,
You
want
could.
to improve, if you want to do it that way, yeah.
That would definitely be one way you could break it down. But again, there's
no, like,
no
perfect.
one way to do it. There's just
How do you want
how
to
do
do it?
you want to do it? You know, it's like, what pose should I put the character in? It's like, are they sitting? Are they standing? Are they sleeping? Are they fighting? There's like no way you need to do stuff. There's just like pick a direction and stick to it and try it maybe. So there's like, you know, rainbow missile or something. Here's like spike missile. And maybe this one, like look at this, right? This one's got a electric charge to it. All right, and this one has an electric charge. And it's got lightning coming out of it
Whoa,
as it
that's
flies
cool.
through the air. Right? And then maybe some of these little things are like... Maybe these like little specks kind of fly off of it and go... And here's one over here. And here's one over there. And there's one over there. And there's one. And there's some that are bigger, some that are smaller, some that are further away. And so maybe we go, oh, there's... like this, right? And what is this next to? Is it next to the ground? Well, it's going to be lit. Let's go and just do a new layer and squish this down because this is right about to hit the ground. Or maybe it's like hovering above the ground, right? So here it is. Hovering above the ground. And then maybe you even have like some of these pieces that are like even connecting with the ground, right? And so we'll put like a little, and this is a three-dimensional space that I'm thinking in, right? Here's my 3D space. These are the rings of that 3D space. And so that one,
I love the sound effects.
you have to. Like, there's no doing this without sound effects for me. You'd have to lock me up, dude. You'd have to put me in like a straitjacket.
And zap you every time you make a sound effect.
No. And I would not be able to not make sound effects for this, right? Whoa.
It's like one of those, what are those ball thingies?
Ball lightning things.
Ball
No.
lightning things that you touch it. And
Oh, yeah. And that could be another type of magic effect. You know, there's so many different things that you could do, like lightning ball things. What are those called? Lightning orb toys. There it is.
Yeah. Those
And
are so
you
cool.
take inspiration from different stuff, right? Ooh, they're so
Whoa.
cool.
Oh, I love the color.
This
too.
could be lightning. Like, imagine a wizard, and they've got like this orb, and it kind of like grows in their hand, and then they send it off, and it kind of goes like through the air and goes, you know, zzz, and it kind of crackles. Like, that would be so cool. So, and concept artists do that. They design these, and then people animate them and build them. Like, let's do that. That sounds so
Yeah,
cool.
that sounds really cool.
All right, so we're gonna have like a wizard.
Could be one of June's spells maybe in this universe.
Yeah, like this is one of June's spells in the AU, in our AU that we're building, all right? And so we start off with this deep blue orb. There it is. And the orb is a little bit lighter and more saturated around the edge, all right? So there's our orb of confusion.
Ooh.
And then in the middle of this orb, we've got like a purple glowing ball or something, right? So let's just go in here. There's our purple glowing ball. And this is also a study, by the way. Like, I'm studying this. Oh, dude, it's so cool. Okay, so we've got like this crazy film over top. I didn't even know, dude. It's so cool. It's like plasma or something. Let's like do that.
Oh.
And then these things come out and are kind of like, maybe we can like make a focal point, right? Let's like make the focal point maybe like right here or something. And then we'll have like some sort of a bright blue saturated thing. And it's just like doubles as a study. Like this is how you make art fun, in my opinion, is you do studies of stuff that you think are cool and relate them to your characters.
And you turn them into your character.
Yeah.
Or put them in part of the lore.
Yep.
That'd be sick.
And then we can go, here's like this white, right? Let's just like do it by hand. And again, this is a sphere, right? This, what I'm drawing, is a sphere. I'm thinking in 3D. This is what I'm thinking about. This is coming out and touching here. This is coming out and touching there. This is going back and touching back there. Again, dimensional drawing is one of the biggest cores of almost anything you'll ever want to draw. It's all going to be dimensional.
Every problem will be solved.
Yeah, we live in a 3D world.
That's true.
And if we want to make things feel
3D.
Yeah, 3D and realistic. Even cartoony, like cartoon characters live in a 3D world.
That's true. It's just 3D in their world is 2D in ours, or I mean, either way.
Right, and so we get, you know, maybe something down here, and this could like even go over the surface. These like craters on a moon. So what if we did something like this?
Whoa.
I kind of made these like.
So it's like, what is your focal point? And how do you want it portrayed? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I want people to like look. You can have a couple different focal points in a piece. Let's do this one. Maybe we'll do something like that. And here's this orb. And like, honestly, I feel like it kind of needs like a... Because this is a weapon. Like, this is going to be something that, you know, she uses and throws. And so here's that. And then like, what does the pop look like? Are we going to represent like when this kind of goes through the air, right? I'm thinking kind of spirals through the air, like corkscrews through the air at like a slow rate. And then it hits something, and like, what does that hit impact look like? So let's say it hits a wall or it pops. Are we gonna make it like a disc? Is it gonna pop kind of out like this? Right, like a... Is it gonna pop in like an outward in all directions the same, like an explosion? So like this? Like what primitive form, like what simple kind of concept do we want to turn the explosion into? I was taking a class on VFX one time, and there was like this build up, the impact, and then like the fizzle out. So it's like, you know, and so we can think about that, like a build up, a pop, and then a fizzle out. And so maybe it like pops, and we could do a shot for all three. You know, we could have like the ball in the air and it hits the thing. So it's like 1, and then 2 is going to be like, maybe it hits the thing and it kind of comes out in like this way. Like that, right? Like lightning.
Nice.
And maybe this like comes and hits that, and there's like lightning all around, right? And then maybe there's like a fizzle, and it kind of just sort of has this animation where it goes like, it's like this glowing spot, and then it kind of gets smaller and it gets smaller, you know? And so it's like, here's like frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, and then it disappears. So we've got like that. And so maybe as this thing gets closer to the wall, and it corkscrews through the wall, and so it kind of goes like, or not through the wall, it goes like through the air, and it moves slow, but it's like powerful.
It's fun.
And so then this is a spell that someone casts.
It's like you're thinking kind of in animation as well. Like you're thinking about how it's gonna move.
Yeah, and if this is for a game or an anime or something, it's gonna be animated eventually. Like, I feel like this needs to be more intense blue. Like, we need to grab a lot of this. I didn't do this on a separate layer, so I kind of cooked myself, but whatever. All right, here's my orb. That feels better, don't it? And then we'll come in here and we'll use this like really vibrant purplish pink in here, because this is, you know, like silliness after all. Like, it's fun. And maybe this orb has got like this pink core. And it's like popping. Like, maybe this little core in here is also a sphere, and it's got like these little crackly magic bits that are like on the surface, like, and some are bigger than others.
Ooh. That's fun. It's like a little spike ball.
Yeah, like these are like little light, like this is like the sun, right? And you've got these little like sunspots, and then they kind of shoot out this little beam, and it like rotates and crackles around. Maybe that would be kind of fun. Right, and then these pieces come out, and then you've got like these little, I don't even like this that much. I think it would be cooler. I've got a cough, and I've had it for like a really long time. Like, this would be cooler, maybe, if it were like kind of around the surface, like this, like, and these kind of like.
Oh, that's cool. Hello, your tips are so helpful. Help me with anatomy. Awesome.
Nice.
Just keep doing it.
All right, so we've got this, and it flies through the air, and then it pops into kind of like this sort of portal shape. Like if it hits a person, and it's like, right? And then they're like, eh.
Oh, you might want to show more. Rip.
And it kind of pops out in that direction, right? We could design this little portal shape, but again, I'm still drawing dimensionally. I don't really think a lot differently with this than I did with this painting up here. I'm painting light and form dimensionally. I don't think a lot differently about this little ball and these little magic effects as when I was painting this scene right here, or this ice. Like, this is the material, it lets light through. Or, you know, whatever in this scene. Like, I just don't see them as a lot different. I'm painting three-dimensional form, light, shadow, and materials.
It's all a process.
Yes.
Actually, Colton goes through like this process in his head whenever he paints something.
Yep.
It's like just like, oh, what's XYZ, then what's next, then what's next.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the main problems with like not knowing what to do for art, or like, how do I render? How do I do this? It's because you don't have that system in place. If this, then that. If this doesn't do, then do this instead. You know. You want to block that person?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Thank you.
Right, and oh no.
Oh no, it's being lit.
And his body is getting lit from the front. Oh no.
Ooh, what if there's a portal, or like not a portal, like an orb that like was a black hole that as it moves it just sucks everything around them.
Yeah, that would be cool. And like you'd look at reference and you'd see how other people portray certain things.
Researching it.
Yeah.
Art is research.
The art of research.
Rip.
Um
Can you give? Do you guys have any tips on hair? Yeah, we cover hair quite often. We also have a video on how to draw hair on our channel, so you can go look at that as well. Would it be okay if you done a quick run over with a skirt with folds? I'm struggling on where the lines go. Is it like spinning around? Is it just kind of staying like static?
there's my little magic effect for June, and this is my reference of kind of the concept. And she literally would hold it like this before she throws it out. It'd be like, and it'd go.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, it would literally make that sound.
Like standing, it's a skirt. Oh, that I showed for Tira. I would say break it down to a cone. Like, let me see here. Oh, these are very nice.
And
So,
all
like-
this. What?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
If I were to look at this skirt right here, and you want it in this perspective, I would say this is a cone facing downward, and each fold will have like its own kind of like tension point area. So like if I'm looking at this skirt here, I'm thinking, okay, here is my direction. I'm looking at it like in this perspective, because my folds are going down this way. Right, so just think of it simply like this, and it's tiered, right? So it's like this.
Hey, look at that. There's that magical effect that got drawn. It's another cone.
It's funny. Yep.
It's almost as if
It's all the same.
it's all the same.
Or like, okay, so based on your pose right here, it looks like her skirt, based on where her hips are. Draw the hips first, okay? Draw the hips. Draw the hips underneath. I know it's kind of difficult because you're in a line work phase, but like this is where her hips are. Look like they're going, and then you drag, and then you like draw what the skirt would look like on top, which is a malleable cone, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like this. It's we're kind of looking down at it a little bit, and then maybe up at it a little bit, and then you are just dragging your folds along this thing. So you can even do this. Draw some lines that are wrapping around the fold like this, and then you turn those into ruffles. And the ruffles is just this shape right here. Right. So you just copy paste this onto
What on earth
your.
is this?
Whoa, that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. It's
Weird.
very not practical, but it's really cool. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna transform this shape onto here. Whoop. So maybe this is going downward. So I'm like, maybe my fold going downward would look like this, and then as it travels up, I will start seeing the bottom of this ruffle, like that, and we see the bottom side. And this would be the same treatment. This wraps over this form, wraps over that form. And you're just dragging this all to the band. And of course, like this band is like, what, blocked by the shirt, so you don't have to draw that part. But like, it's good to know where it goes. Like most folds, especially like ruffles like this, will get wider towards the bottom and narrower towards the top. It's a pipe fold.
Yeah. And all this stuff that we teach, by the way, we have it in our school. We teach
do.
all of this stuff in our anime art school. It is 20% off right now
Yes.
with the code SPRING at checkout. Like all of the stuff that I'm talking about, all the lighting and painting and color theory and all that stuff, like I teach all of it. We have dedicated lessons for a bunch of it.
Yeah, but like that's what I would do. I'll break it down to the simple form first, dimensional drawing, and then I would draw my guidelines. Like, do you want it twisting as well? Like, because if it's twisting, and here's my skirt, like maybe it could be like this. Oh, let me think. Like maybe the twist comes in this point, so all these lines will kind of radiate from this point, and then you'll get what's it called? Foreshortening in the folds. And then you're like, okay, just rotate all this around. Oh. Get the course, you won't regret it. Oh, thank you. So this is my progress, or Miko's perspective. I think it's doing better. It's not looking too bad.
Yeah, that's fun.
And there's Abby's. I need to fix Abby. Maybe make her head a little bit bigger, but I think it's fine for now.
Pretty nice.
Bendy cone lamp, add detail and depth as I go. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Add a little wireframe to help you with that. It's like, don't think about folds. Think about what volume is it. What's the overall volume of the skirt? And then after
Yeah.
that, the leading lines will like help you. You'll see the leading lines and stuff. I used to get intimidated by that stuff because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to draw so many lines. And then you take a clothing class, and it's not that bad anymore. Well, like I always make sure to even with cloth like this, I'm always kind of encompassing this with like an overall shape, and then I add more information underneath. So like start simple, then go complex. So like here's the shadow. Oh, I'm describing the top. It's exactly how Colton does his boxes or rocks. Right, top side, underside. In fact, I need to do more of this with environments. Oh, here's the lip of the hoodie. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit more description. There's going to be tension towards the bottom here. So I'm going to describe that using my shadows. And maybe add a tiny bit of light to show where this is all going. And you get a hoodie that's like this. This is basically just a very simplified version of this. Actually quite nice. Colton, do you want to see Abby progress or wait until she's done?
Oh. Either or. I'm excited. Yeah, like I'm thinking of the cone squishing in this way.
Ooh.
Let me make this a little smaller. Right? So we've got our cone. Here's the top. Right? Here's the bottom. And we can just kind of direct this form where we want. A lot of the time when I draw a skirt and you can see below it a little bit, I'll draw that figure 8. You can make a fun looking little figure 8 shape.
Figure 8.
And then you can go, am I going to see the top like this? Or am I going to see the bottom under? Am I not going to see the top, right? Like that. And so this is just a simple volume. Like primitive form drawing is so incredibly important. We're always talking about it. It's so important. Learn how to draw these forms properly. Cylinders.
You won't regret
spheres, you know. You could even add a ribbon if you want. It's basically a compound cylinder. I'll do this. And everything is made up of just very basic forms. Did I forget any? Pyramid? But
Pyramid, yeah, probably. Ooh, Marjorie says, thank you for these streams. I generally draw/listen/watch. I learned a lot, and the two of you are very pleasant company. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is just and then like there's form exercises where you can practice like bending stuff as well, like a cylinder.
Bent can.
Yeah, bent can.
How do you draw a nose? Break it down to a primitive form. It's a triangular prism with a trapezoid instead of a triangle.
That's kind of like this.
Yeah. Here's the wings of the nose. Here's the bottom of the nose. Oh, there, you got a nose.
And then you have your keystone up here.
I'm planning to join the school. Oh, awesome.
Oh, awesome. Make sure you use the code spring
at checkout.
Yeah.
For 20% off.
You know, and then it's like a disc. Guess what?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Hit the lid.
And then what we can do is we can just go.
It's a bent lid.
It's a bent lid.
Oh my gosh. Adding character.
Yep.
Those are fun.
You will
Fun
you will
little
love it.
assignments.
Right? And then we can add a little bit of, you know, a dent maybe. Here's our label. Maybe we don't want to round that out as much. Maybe this one, let's show it. Actually, I kind of like that.
You guys are having too much fun on this one can.
Dude, design is fun. Like, imagine being like a VizDev artist and you get to do this every day for work. You're
that
just
sounds fun.
literally drawing like wonkified cans all day long, right? And you
Crushed
just
cans.
like, it's such a good. Oh, dude, crushed can assignment. Let's like.
Wait, that's cute.
Wait, I love
That's
this.
Cute. I like that.
Hold up. See, we're having way too much fun.
And that's a good thing. Of course.
Crushed can assignment. All right. So we draw a bunch of crushed cans. Like, ooh, this is actually a good idea.
Ooh, Abby. Wait, that looks really good. Dahlia.
Wait, let me see. Am I allowed to see?
Yeah, she posted it.
Whoa, that's cool.
Very
Dang,
cool.
Dahlia's gotten so much better. What the heck?
Mhm.
It's crazy. Right, crushed can assignment. And then we'll make this one crushed more up top. Well, that's so cool. I can't wait to see it done. And maybe we've got one that's like this. Ooh, I know.
Am I late? I guess a bit late. Ooh, more crushed cans. A little harsher.
We could do, this one's dumb. This one looks like a macaroni. It don't look like a crushed can, really. We could go like,
Oh, I need to think about meal prep tomorrow, speaking of food.
we'll do that. And we can go, actually, let's make the lid on this side.
Now you can draw dirty cans on the street.
I don't like this lid. It's a little better.
Ray aesthetic? Yeah. It is a Ray aesthetic, isn't it? Colton, can you send me that little micro study you did later on? With the purple sky?
Oh, this?
Yeah, because I want to do stuff like that.
I like it. I think
like
it's
it a
pretty
lot.
fun.
It's really pretty. Looks like it's on a different planet.
Just to you.
Yeah. What app do you guys draw on?
I am drawing in Photoshop.
Oh my gosh, that's so tiny.
My little drawing there. Yeah, it's a mini micro study.
Can I see the whole drawing?
Whole drawing. Oh, the
The
whole
whole
page.
canvas?
Well, there's this. This was done today. This was
That
done.
one's a good demo.
This was done over last week. We collaborated on this. Christina did the characters and I did the background. I love how Abby turned out. She looks so heroic and noble.
I know.
And there's that. And then this is the new one that we're working on, which is the second shot. And Christina has been working on that today.
Yep. I honestly really love this part right here. It's
Yeah.
so satisfying. I'm like, oh,
It does look good.
yeah. And the lighting that you did for Abby's face is super cute too.
Yeah, it looks very good.
I really do enjoy drawing Abby.
Dude, Abby's very.
What was the line thing you spoke about earlier? The 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a line weight that I was talking about. I don't know if I still have it. I think I do. Yeah. So like, if that's what you mean, that's the only 1, 2, 3 that I think about. That I remembered. It's just line weight. 1 is your thinnest.
Are you sneezing? Are you the stinky one today? Toby's here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's line weight. Thinnest line, medium line, very thick line, and you use them in different situations. Now, who's out there making noise?
Probably the 3D printer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I love these. This looks good. Looks pretty good.
Isn't looking good. Toby, you gonna get skinnier later on with your new food? How to draw gradients? Use a gradient tool. What do you mean by that? Do you mean like, I mean, you can use a soft brush, take one color. You can use a smudge tool. There's multiple ways to do gradients. Like, this is a gradient right here. All Colton did was he just did this.
Mm-hmm.
One color. Two colors. Smudge. If I do it right. That's all he did. Now that's a gradient.
Yeah, you can break gradients into steps. If you want to do a gradient manually with like a hard brush or something, you can just break them into steps.
Is it a story? Oh yeah. Well, it's like a little short story that we came up with on our on a drive actually. And then we decided to draw it.
I'll just put my opacity at 50% and I'll just go.
Ooh.
And you can create steps.
Steps at each step.
Yep. And then you take this and you choose the middle as well. You
break
can go
break it down.
like 50% opacity. That is one way, many out of many, to do a gradient.
That's cool.
And you can just keep splitting it. And so there's like a gradient. You could do it with a smudge brush.
Achieves the same effect.
Yeah.
You could also just use the gradient tool.
Yeah, I use the gradient tool all the time.
Good. There you go. Like, you can do a selection of a certain area and then put a gradient on it. That's what I do as well.
Yeah, if you want to do a gradient in traditional art with like oils, you can just kind of Bob Ross it.
Yeah, mix the two together. You could use your finger. I don't know. How to do reflections in eyes. Reflections in eyes. Let's do like a pink eye. Neon pink eye. Generally, the anatomy of like shading an eye is like this. You have your wherever your light is, that will determine the highlight. So like if your light is coming from the top, like here, then your highlight will literally reflect that and be a specular. So if your light is here, like where my finger is, it will just go like point and then bounce right back at you. So like literally I'm just gonna put a point right here. That's where my highlight is. But you also have other stuff like your shadow area. You will generally have your pupil and an area of shadow like around the top part of your eye, and this is cast by your eyelid. So that's why you get this effect, right? And then you get bounce light from the bottom. So this is generally where the base color comes in. And then occasionally you also have some reflected light, like, you know, I'm just using random colors here. Like maybe a bit of warmth. And then for your highlight, you will generally get like some reflection of the sky or the environment. So sometimes you'll see like a little hazy aura, I guess, on the top side. And then afterwards, you can get your highlight. Now the highlight can be, you know, a reflection of your eyelashes. You know, I've seen that before. It can be a reflection of a window. It can be a reflection of a spotlight, like this. Or, I know, I like using like rectangular highlights. I think they're kind of cool. And then everything else, like, you know, bits on the sides here is more like just making it pretty. I would not suggest adding highlights everywhere. I like using some on the side personally because it looks cute, and some on the bottom. But that's about it. I will not start like putting dots everywhere, or else it's just gonna take away from it. Unless that is the point. Unless you want it to be very watery and very sparkly, then, you know, add it carefully. Like you can have little stars like this. Lead the attention like that. Even though it's not a highlight, it feels like very expressive. You can also separate things out like that. And then you got an eye with some nice, cute little shadows and stuff. Another thing that I like to do with eyes is I will generally make a little darker outline around the edge of the eye. So there we got like really, really cute color actually. I quite like it. Let me just do this on a different layer. Cut and paste. And let's add an eyelid around it. That's kind of cool. And then what people don't usually add is they don't add a shadow on the whites of the eyes, but I would say add it because that actually makes it look a little bit more realistic.
Boom, boom, boom.
You know, just a very simple way to shade eyes.
Can you teach me about using shapes as contrast, specifically in backgrounds or scenarios? Can you elaborate on your question a little bit? Or
Using
rather,
shapes as contrast.
yeah, what do you mean by using shapes as contrast? Not. This looks like Fang's work, dude.
Ooh. Do I have a favorite manga artist? Not really. I have some that I like because of nostalgia reasons, but not necessarily because of their artwork. Oh, that's cute. Mickey. How do you draw feet? Feet are hard to draw. They're wedges. They're like a door stopper.
Like using rectangles on everything else than things like circles or triangles in the focus point. I think you kind of answered your own question. Like, that's literally, that's what I would say. Like, humans pay attention to contrast, and there's lots of different contrasts. There's contrast of value, contrast of color, contrast of shape, contrast of whatever else I'm not thinking of, texture, all that stuff. And so if you have a whole bunch of circles and you have a triangle in it, people do that all the time. They'll have like, it's really kind of unity with variety, like what we mentioned earlier. Nathan Fowlkes talks about this a bit, is like, you know, you could have a bunch of trees that create verticals, and then you could have a rider on a horse that is a different shape that stands out in contrast to all of the verticals or all of the kind of unified shapes. So yeah, just kind of like look at your shot that you're making and go, what general shapes am I kind of using here, right? Are they rectangular? Are they structured? Are they dynamic? And then, okay, I want to make something else. I want people to pay attention to something else. It's just like kind of take a step back from your artwork and just let them look at it for a little bit and be like, what am I doing here? Like, what decisions am I making? How do I vary things? If that makes sense, right? But like, it sounds like you have a good understanding of it. Maybe just set aside a particular time to do studies or think about it and like write it on a sticky note, put it on your monitor or your desk or somewhere you'll see it, and just be like, take a moment to think about, you know, breaking up the shapes.
I used to think of designing shapes as like literal, just like, oh, circle, square, triangle. But then I realized that it's not really about like literal circle, square, triangles. It's more about like, how do I carve this into a nice shape? Like, oh yeah, this is mainly a triangle, but with a little bit of a circle. Like all this right here in the background, like these could be shapes that you use. Like, oh, here's a vertical. It doesn't necessarily have to be a rectangle. It could be a triangle. Yeah. Like that. But like that, in and of itself, starts creating shapes in the environment, and then you're like looking at that relationally. So I used to struggle with that too, and I still do. But like when you do studies and stuff and you try to simplify the shapes, like that's kind of how it helps. I did a study earlier, actually. I posted in Artshare 3, but I don't know if it's still there. I mean, it's still there. I just don't know how far back. Oh yeah, here it is. So I did these studies. Colton helped me with this one here. And so what he did to show me how to do it was he's like, okay, what are the shapes that you see? Yeah, like you can see this mass and this little point, or not this point, like this little square, this big mass right here. And those are like rectangles. These can be simplified to rectangles. And if they're in perspective, it'll look like the thing. You know, here, I was very focused on, okay, I see a rectangle here. There's a vertical rectangle. This creates a very specific rectangular shape, but it's blocked by stuff like the windowsill or the cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that second study that you did, really similar to like concept-wise to this.
Yeah.
Which is like you have vertical strips of light and you have vertical strips of shadow, and they're kind of broken up with a variety of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is.
So you can see that there's vertical and horizontal strips of shapes, and they're all in perspective, right? This is 2-point perspective. You definitely want to be able to draw and paint in 2-point perspective. Obviously, it's all dimensional drawing, right? Is that underlying principle beneath it? Today's your birthday? Awesome. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
How
and
long?
like this strip right here. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
This strip right here is I used a little triangle because like I can simplify to that. These are all rectangles, horizontals. Anyways.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been How long have you been learning about art? A long time, honestly. Long time.
Yeah.
I really started taking it seriously around, I don't know, like 16 or 17 years old. So 14 years ago, maybe?
Wow, that's
maybe around 14 years ago.
It's wild. I kind of started taking it more seriously when I was the same age, like 16, 17. And then you just kind of keep learning. You keep taking classes. You keep applying the knowledge. I don't like this right here. It's not in perspective. Here we go.
Oh,
It's cute.
14 years ago. I mean, I'm 30.
And the key is to break things down into shapes. How can I do it with a really big and hard rock? Like
Brush? Or
What?
the breaking down a rock into big shapes?
You mean like you're trying to draw a rock and you're trying to break it down into shapes? Is that what you mean? Colton does not look 30.
Not with this hat.
Tells on how to draw the back of the hair. I never know what to do. It's the back of a sphere. Do you mean like in terms of perspective? Like, do you mean like the head is turning this way, and you're looking at the back side of the head? Okay, it's a sphere. So I mean, I'm gonna assume that it's like long hair, for example. So like with long hair, this goes around the sphere. And then as it trails off and leaves the sphere, it like kind of goes like that. It's like a very soft cape. Goes around the form, around the form, around the form, and then as it leaves, it still kind of lingers around this area, but then it starts curling in and out. Does that make sense? I mean, it could be, but like if you want to do like pigtails, for example, this will be very much along the curve of the sphere. So like here's back of the head. You know, if you have a pigtail right here, all of this will radiate, all this hair will radiate towards this point. And then you got your ponytail. No,
I'm painting with a mouse again.
Oh, that's fun. I like the little chisel bits. Okay.
Ooh, variety.
Ooh, variety.
Unity with variety.
Wow. I think design is hard to teach sometimes because a lot of it is very abstract. Like these concepts are like there's no
right or wrong way.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong way. There's no the only right way to do this. Like look at that. He's literally just doing unity with variety by breaking up the line right there. Like it can be so simple like that. And like every component of your drawing will have some sort of design concept in there anyways. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
I felt like it needed something like that.
Yeah. Like straight. Oh, bump. Unity, variety.
Yeah, it gives you surface details and textures to look at.
That is so pretty. Bro, I could look at that painting all day. You should put that in a museum and I would just like...
I wouldn't go that far, dude.
I'd probably just stare at it like the whole time I'm at the museum. Be like, man.
I'm glad you like it. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm. I struggle with proportions on side profiles. It always just looks so awkward. think I might have. We have a few TikToks on side profiles. If you want to check those out. It's like marble, looks like it.
I've
Marble
done
building.
jobs professionally where I had to design and do buildings in this kind of like angle, I would say.
It reminded me of that one concept job with the holes in the little.
That was Project Madness. That was the code name. It was what that game? Outriders. I did a bunch of architecture for that job. I wouldn't say a bunch, but like I did architecture for that job for a while.
I love the little speps. Live doesn't load for me. I'm not sure.
Try to
either.
restart your app.
Yeah. It just every time you paint something like this, it just feels so like right. It feels so logical. Really nice stuff. People at this point would be like, "How did you choose the colors for this piece?"
I just, like that's how I choose colors, dude. I just kind of fart them on, and then I really pay attention to this. Like this is the main thing that I focus on, and the colors. Like once I choose the colors, they need to relate to each other. But the initial colors, like I don't care. I don't really think about it that much. Like whatever.
He didn't necessarily think I'm gonna make a scene that has a purple sky and a white building. No, he just like threw some stuff together. In fact, this just started with like what a random archway.
It literally was. I just drew this.
Yeah, you just drew.
I
that.
drew like a very boxy version of this arch, and then I just kind of kept working on it.
I feel like that place could be like a Tira Kingdom, like with a bunch of white buildings.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I like white buildings. Do you prefer warm or cool colors?
I like both.
Both.
To me, they're both gorgeous. I love both of them. But I don't. I like putting warm and cool colors together.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy doing little stuff like this. What are you saying?
I think warm makes me happy. Cool makes me feel calm, but too much of both, I start craving the other. When do you know how to bend the rules or not? Like adding or not adding more strands for the hair, or is it just artist choice?
It's really artist choice. You will definitely get better at making that decision as you practice. And that's kind of like your style.
Yep. This looks so satisfying, like a slime video. Oh my gosh,
Like a
I love
slime
that.
video.
I love that we
That's
get
great.
associated with slime.
There's the added details.
Oh,
So just a little, not too much.
but not too little.
And
I
then I
think a
would probably
lot of
come
design is like not too much, not too little, just right.
Yeah.
Like too much detail is bad. Too little detail may be bad, but like the right amount, or like the right amount that's based on your opinion, that's like perfect.
How much can you guys hear my mouse clicking, by the way? Because I'm painting this with my mouse, and my mouse has a loud click. Can you straight up hear it, or is it like not really that loud?
The imperfection makes it feel more real.
You don't hear it?
Don't hear it? Mm, nice. Can't hear it? Nice.
That's nice.
By the way, we do teach this in our art school. If you want to learn how to do backgrounds like this and put characters in them, Colton has a great, wonderful painting class in our anime art school.
Yeah, I do have a big painting class. I think it's great. I teach almost everything that I know about painting
And color theory.
everything that I learn that I think is useful. I add lessons on it, and it's so big. It's like 36 hours of lessons and content right now.
I might even argue it's probably bigger than an art college.
I love that class.
I love that
I worked
class.
really hard on it.
You can find it here.
Yep, and it's on sale, 20% off for the school, and that's just one of the classes you get. It's a bunch of classes, it's like it's like a whole art college, and you get it forever.
Yep.
Hey Mackie Doodle, how's it going?
You want to do stuff like this? I remember you showing different landscape composition types before, like crosses, triangles,
Yeah.
squares. Which one would this one fall under?
Oh, this one,
An arch.
the
Right here.
thing with these are examples.
Yeah.
These are like examples of suggestions. So I would turn this black and white, and I would say my composition is probably like
You're gonna switch your screen.
is kind of like this. I have like a hole. I would say that's sort of what I'm going for. In just 2 values, this is along the lines of my composition. Not every composition falls under those. Those are just like examples of things you can do. A lot of the time, like it could be anything. It's just like a really simple, breakdown of, so maybe, you know, something like,
Black and white makes it less complicated.
yeah, that's, it has to work at this level or else there's no point in moving on.
And do you have the reference sheet available anywhere?
Like this. Reference sheet for what?
This?
Oh, that. You look up Edgar Payne's Composition of Outdoor Painting. It's a book. It's an old book. And you can find this all online for free. But I could upload this in the Discord server if you want. I'm happy to do that. I just like Photoshop together all of the little images that you can find online. I mean,
Yeah, you can post it, Lucy. I'll look at it. You don't have to ping me. Just let
it's
me know what to
really
post.
it's really just this. In my mind, this is basically what my composition is. And then there's the final. Like if I had to squish this all into 2 values, yeah, it's kind of like this.
Some. Oh, that's so cute. Yep, that's literally perfect. You
There we
did
go.
the folds just right.
This is a solid composition. Like, it works. And that kind of answers the, it kind of answers the, Socrates in the chat.
Socrates.
How do you approach thumbnail-like art? Been making small thumbnails before choosing the final thing? This exactly is how I would do it. I would draw a little one of these in Notan, N-O-T-A-N, which is 2 values. And if I don't feel like it's working at this stage, I won't do it. Right, we could do a little thing like that.
I really hope to learn perspective one day. I can imagine it, just not really draw it.
Yeah, you have to practice it.
Yeah. And your brain is actually really good at fooling you to make you think that the perspective is correct too. So that's also another interesting thing.
You know, and I wouldn't overcomplicate it beyond this, honestly. There's my composition. If I were to just kind of take a little,
So
do like a little micro study of my own piece. There it is. This is further over here.
Socrates, you should make a book that's just a bunch of those quotes, philosophy and art.
Yeah, you do great on TikTok.
Digital drawings exist on screens, but are they truly drawn or merely displayed? Bro, that could be a great coffee book.
The
Coffee
people that
table
come
book.
by chat are funny.
Yeah.
This is what I love about streaming. There you go. There's my little mini comp, and this is kind of along the lines of what I was thinking when I made it. Like, I need to make sure that I retain that. And then color
Beautiful.
doesn't really matter that much to me.
Does it serve the composition? If it doesn't, then you don't use that color.
Yep.
I mean, you could literally make the color green for the sky, and it would still look good, probably.
Well, it's
Well.
on a different layer. But there it is.
Oh, it's so pretty.
This is going to mess with my values because you can't just one-to-one change a color.
Yeah. Well, but it's cool. At least the shapes read. Oh,
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
That one's pretty cool.
I actually like this a lot. I'm going to
Very Yuming, very much Yuming as well.
I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it down as a variation.
Ooh.
Paste it up as a Bro, I don't have any room. Get over there. I don't really need that. This is pretty sick, honestly. I'm going to go in here and I'm really going to emphasize. Ooh, dude,
This is like very Yuming. Like, especially with the purple and the...
It does. Look at this one,
lights.
dude. This one's cool.
That one's really cool.
Hold
Oh,
up.
Wow. Okay.
Hold up.
Oh.
I may actually... Ooh.
I feel like a bit of color dynamics in the yellow sky would be cool.
Like,
Take a
simultaneous
color
contrast?
No, like color dynamic a brush.
Oh, you mean like this guy?
Yeah. Okay.
Now we're getting a little bit artsy here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I'm actually kind of digging this.
Yeah. You mean Lee mentioned? Mm-hmm. We mentioned him quite often in our streams.
Yeah, I loved his class. It was great. I really recommend
Probably alpha
people
lock that.
if people want to, that's a good idea. If people want to learn how to paint and they want to learn some of the more specific concepts and stuff that are like really, I like to say advanced, like it's pretty advanced. I would recommend taking his class. I thought it was phenomenal. Do you feel like there would be maybe like a little bit of pinks or something in here?
Yeah, pinks. Like
take some pink,
cool pink, like that pink.
and then we'll take like a texture or something.
Is it the same value? Oh, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of that one sphere thing you did that was exactly this color palette.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I like this.
You know what would be a really cute...
Just darken.
You should just put that... You should just put Tira there.
A little bit. Maybe it should be Tira.
Long elf Tira, I guess. The elf Tira piece.
Make like a little gradient there and a little...
I wonder if Lau went to bed yet.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, okay.
I think I saw her say bye earlier. That's fun. I think that works.
We could probably just do this. Something like this.
What? Ooh.
Be simple.
I don't like this background.
Mm.
I want it to be something more... You think that works better?
Yeah. I think so. Ooh, very nice. It's like the ancient ruins of an elf city that she's visiting or something.
Yeah.
Be cool.
This would be pretty fun.
What drawing app are you using? This is Photoshop.
I'm in Photoshop.
Okay, this might be cheesy, but do you think like some kind of vines would be cool? Maybe a bit too cheesy.
Maybe
huh?
Tira would come first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I like both of these,
I
but
like
honestly, this is
both.
very Yuming-esque.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Yuming likes to kind of spam, in a good way, simultaneous contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll really, really, really play with high saturated colors. Like, he'll use this blue as a dark. Like, what if we put Tira in, like, blue?
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe we have, like, Elf Tira. You just do that.
I just did that, just as like a little placeholder.
I'm going to make a new layer for this, because I'm not good at painting these kind of things. What if I sent this to you and you painted her in?
Sure, I can do that. And I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. I need to flatten this out a little bit, because this perspective is not really...
Maybe the blue ground is like special little blue rocks. Hey, yeah. Probably. Blue, specific blue soil only
So
found.
this back here I need to be a little bit careful with, just because when you start getting really squished in perspective, you got to make sure that your overlaps and your lines kind of work well. So I just need to make sure that this back here is...
Man, even just that close-up is a really nice piece.
Let's
Blue
put some
soil
like...
only available in Tiraland, yeah.
Yeah, let's put some of this back here.
Rare minerals that turn blue. There's got to be something like that in this world. On Earth. If you were to upload the sheet, what channel should I look in for the
probably resource share.
resource share?
I don't know where it is exactly on my computer. You look up Edgar Payne composition of outdoor painting. You'll find all of these on Google for sure. And maybe we'll just put little like jubblies in the background.
Jubblies. Well, that must be a very big building.
No, that's way in the distance. Oh, that
okay,
building,
never
yeah.
mind. Yeah. Well, I
That
mean,
building's big.
yeah. Mood rings? And what about mood rings? Man, I used to be obsessed with mood rings as a kid.
Did
Who
you?
wasn't?
I
Yeah.
wasn't.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Well, you know, mood rings is like a personality type quiz, you know? Oh, what color did you get? With just showing your true feelings, you know?
I don't really like that much. We can leave it more, a little bit more up to imagination.
Any tips with boxes? I have the idea of it. I just have trouble estimating the edges.
Just practice them a lot. I would really recommend drawing in 1, 2, and 3 point perspective using draw through for sure. And then
I honestly really like the flat purple as well.
this flat purple.
Yeah, I like the flat purple look. Ooh. So pretty.
We can do that for now. Actually, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it flat, and then I'll send this to you if you want.
Okay.
You can draw Chira in there if you want.
All right, I'll do that. And I'll send it back to you.
Boom, 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 boom. In terms of boxes, I mean, you can practice Kren's cubes. Kren's cubes are pretty, I have nowhere to paint. Like, Kren's cubes are really useful. This is Yuming. This is who I was talking about. His art. He's really, really good. He's an Instagram. This is his name. Yuming Lee. We were saying that this piece that I was painting just now, right here, was kind of Yuming Lee looking. Like, even that is like a little overarched thing. That's funny. I love those like mustard colors and stuff. Like really long, beautiful
Really
hair.
long locks. And then you wanted that like really nice ultramarine blue?
It's up to you. But we could have a nice dark in there if you want, like a high saturation dark.
That's kind of cool, actually.
It does not show up on camera at all.
No, it doesn't.
This is what you guys see. This is what it really is.
Yeah, it does not show up really well. It's very low contrast on the iPad.
Yeah. You can't get really vibrant with the camera. Boxes, huh? Is that back? Huh? Is that background what? No, I just drew this background with a with like the basic round. By the way, we do have these heads on TikTok Shop.
Yes.
If you want to get better at drawing anime heads and you want some reference for the forms and volumes of anime style heads, we have these available on our TikTok Shop. You can look at them from different angles.
In fact, I used that earlier in the illustration for Miko.
Yeah, Christina literally used it on her own illustration right here.
And I
Just
got
to
a
get
really good result.
A nice little angle. You know, it's like
Yep.
you can use it to find some shapes and stuff. How can I deal with art block? I have my ways, but often takes too much time and burn out a lot. Honestly, I just like to get obsessed with my own characters and stories. Like, that's the #1 thing for me. Getting obsessed with your own characters and stories, getting rid of any expectations and fear, and just kind of letting your mind wander. And oh my gosh, dude, I've had so much fun on these pieces that Christina and I are working on with Miko and Abby. It's so fun to me because it's like, oh my gosh, what if this character was the bandit leader? What if Ray's the bandit leader? And oh my gosh, what if June and Naomi are wizards or witches, and they have, you know, whatever potions and all that kind of stuff, and they have to talk to them and come up with your own characters, come up with your own stories, and just like obsess.
Yeah, literally go, like, you are free to obsess over your characters.
And then, like, you want to get better because you want to be able to draw your characters better, not because it's like, oh no, I'm behind, I have to practice. It's like, dude, I want to see my characters in this way, I need to get better.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it.
it's like, you know, we try to inject story into everything. That's what helps me. Man, it's so hard to see. And
on stream.
On stream.
That does look good though.
Yeah, it's like becoming. I'm more and more in just appreciating like the very simple graphic art style. So pretty.
But also streaming forces us to stay in the chair and draw for a long time. Like, just saying, I did have a friend who streamed for a long. He streamed a lot because it forced him to stay in his chair and not get distracted. Even if like nobody was watching, just the fact that there was a live stream running, he's just like, oh, I don't get up and walk around and get distracted too much, just because it keeps me on. And I totally agree, honestly. I draw way more because we stream, and also when I teach stuff, I have to practice all the time. And so you guys ask about something, I have to draw it, and that gives me practice. And so it's like a mutually beneficial relationship between us, chat. You guys get me to practice, and I teach you stuff. Perfect. Although you guys won't get better unless you practice it too, sorry to say.
Yeah.
But I can't help that part. That's why Christine and I have been doing these really big finished illustrations, is because we're like, you know, we might as well get some finished art out of live streaming.
Yeah, because we rarely finish art ourselves.
It only took us like 2 years. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Appreciate it. We do have a Discord server, by the way. We're going to be starting dailies. There's going to be a daily study and weekly topics that's going to come out every single day if you want something to draw. And then we're also going to be doing challenges, and those are going to be bi-weekly challenges that focus on creating characters and writing stories and comic pages.
Yes.
And then those challenges are going to be reviewed live on stream. So we're actually going to go through your submissions and show them on stream every other Friday. And those challenges are going to run for 2 months. And then we'll see if we want to keep running them or if we want to change stuff. How can I join the Discord?
Here. Here you go.
There it is.
It's on our profile.
Yeah, linky on our profile, drawanime.com. You can join and have fun and talk to people. It's good.
Now I get why I draw much faster when doing Magma with my friends. Yeah.
Homie, what?
I think it's now the hair's too long, so now I gotta. Although I do really like really long hair, right? That's probably why I always like the story of Rapunzel, at least the nice version of it. Long hair is just so majestic.
Yeah. Do you think storyboarding is a good way to practice composition? Oh, absolutely. For sure. Like, it definitely flexes those same muscles. Similar. Storyboarders, I did take a storyboarding class, and it's not... Storyboarding is pretty specific. Like, you are planning sequential shots for something like an animation. So, composition for storyboard artists is a little bit different than composition for just illustrators, because you don't have to show everything in a storyboard. In like concept art, you'll often try to shove as much stuff into a single shot as possible to save time and money. But for storyboarding, it's like you kind of want one main focus. And just, I would recommend taking like a storyboarding class that's really good. But they vary a bit, but they do overlap a lot in their skills. I'm not a storyboard artist though, but I did take storyboarding classes from someone who worked as a storyboard artist for like Netflix, and it was good. Definitely will help you with composition though. I need to do more like storyboarding and ideas and stuff. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Is that on a new layer?
Sort of. Part of it is on a new layer.
Now I get why I draw much faster when doing Magma with my friends. Nice. Draw with your friends. Wait, what if we played a golf game with chat? Oh, a mini golf game. I bet there's mini golf games on Roblox. Dude, I love mini golf games. They're so fun.
Yeah. I never played them though, so I mean it seems fun. Wait, maybe we did play one mini golf game. I don't
Did you
remember
take her
though.
arm out?
Yeah, that was not her arm.
Oh, I thought you drew her arm earlier.
Yeah, I took her arm out because I wanted her to kind of be very enclosed in a triangle. But maybe it'd be better.
What if her arm was like? Her arm was like this. Bruh.
Oh, that's cute. Like hands on the
Yeah, like
clasp together, or like okay.
maybe
I'll do
just
a few
kind of like a little
variations.
something very simple. I don't think she needs any.
So that's one variation.
That's fun.
Oh,
But it does just feel like another vertical line.
yeah. I think.
That one kind of feels like an L.
Yeah.
I was thinking more
Oh,
triangular.
okay, got you.
Like something to break the silhouette, may get a little bit of variety to it. That could be good. I think that works. Like when Christina and I do this, we're straight up thinking about design. Like we're not worried about can we draw it? We're going, is it worth drawing? And
Yeah.
then if it's worth drawing, then we can always make it look good. But if something's not worth drawing, compositionally, why waste time trying to draw
Yeah.
it? If like you don't like it, why try to draw it? And so that's kind of like the thought process, right? And so when you see Christina draw something and undo, she's not going, she's like thinking about something different than,
I can't draw
oh, how do I draw this arm? Would it come out of here? Would it come out of there? Like she's not thinking that. She's going, is it worth drawing?
Yeah. I mean, what if I did this?
Because you can always fix it later, especially if you have foundation. Oh, I think that's good.
Yeah,
I
you
like
think that's
that.
good? Okay.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
I thought it needed it, like, because it just was blending in with the background so much. And then I want, boom.
We should go to Castles and Coasters and do mini golf. Ah, man, I haven't been to Castles and Coasters. And did we ever go to Castles and Coasters together?
Nope, we never did.
I don't think we did. I can't wait for Mattel Adventure to Park open when I'm like 65. Should I save up for an iPad or a laptop? I have a graphic tablet and an Apple Pen, but for traveling. It's up to you. Can I see the heads again? The head models that we show? These ones? These?
These ones?
This is what they look like.
Get them on TikTok Shop?
Yup. They look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Will it ever open? I have no idea. Mattel's a big company. They have a lot of money, so if they never open it, who knows?
I kind of like this bold and blue.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Would you rather have a different color? I was even initially thinking just like a white dress.
No, I like it. I want to put it in so I can see it, or rather, I mean, it works.
Yeah. You want me to just send this to you?
Sure.
Should I just take a picture?
No, export it.
Okay.
Or rather, let me think. Whatever. You can just take a picture if you want.
All right.
I will be buying in the future. Thank you. Such a great product idea. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. We're also working on some new types of heads that will be available in the future, but they're not even really that close to being ready yet. But these ones are ready. We have a lot of sets of these ready to ship. As soon as someone places an order, we will ship it out the next day.
Yep.
Next
Can you
morning.
switch your screen real quick? Thank you. And I'll send this to you.
Yeah, this is like the little comp.
You can feel free to change your colors. Okay. Sent it.
This is like the tame one, and this is like the spicy.
Yeah, spicy. Everything about making a bust model, like one that includes the shoulders.
Holy moly, dude.
That'd be cool. Oh, it's very big.
It is. This is a very small painting. Like
Yeah.
it's a really, really little comp.
least it'll be high res. Reflective light on the arm made it so believable. Never thought of that so intuitive. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's really just a plane change.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
I was like, it just was blending in too much with the background, so I was like, well, let's just add like a little shadow there.
Yeah.
Break it apart. It's very feels very modern art, like in a good way. Hello, honey.
There, I think it works pretty well. She's not really in perspective that much.
No.
She would be a little bit like, if I were to put a plane on the ground, it wouldn't really look like that. It would probably look more like.
Okay, got you.
Well, all we would really probably have to do is just.
Any chance you sell the file for the heads? I have a 3D printer.
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh yeah, that works way better.
I think this looks good. I like it. Bruh, look these little artifacts.
It's kind of cool though. Artifacts.
See, I don't even know if I really want this anymore.
That's so cool. It kind of reminds me of that one like little elf doodle that I did, but it was just like very like bluish.
I remember that.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me like another version of that. Obviously not this good, but.
All right, let's turn.
The way you work fast is like magic. Colton works quite fast.
Time is money. Time is money in these parts.
I like it.
There, I'll just.
Too bad they're so tiny.
They are pretty small. I'll just I'll do this. We can post this in our stream demos
Yeah.
channel in the Discord server.
Oh, that's fun. Rock.
Live demos. Boop. There we go. Did this on stream today. Pretty fun. I like these little pieces being hit by light. And you'll notice that I'm not using a value that's that bright.
You're using a light, the slightly.
Like you could, but I don't really want it to be that intense.
Subtle.
Yeah. I would want to come in here and like refine exactly what this form is. Like, oh, here's a shadow. Here's another lip that's kind of being hit by light right there. Here's the shadow of that little piece coming down. Here's that. You see how like it's basically sculpting. I mean, I'm coming in here and I'm carving out and carving in. And if you want to put like a little chip in it, you just go boop, little triangle. It's in perspective. What it is it's just a block. Like here's my box. Here's my box, and it's just a little chip. It's a triangle. It's that. And so this area right here is in shadow, and this area is getting hit by light, and so it's just a little triangle. So from below, if I draw this kind of at an angle that's like this. Come on, line.
It is like sculpting when you think about it with values.
Oh, it's literally sculpting. It is the exact same thought process. 100%. Right? And then I just do this. Joop. 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 Like that. And then I don't draw that. I paint it. And so I just paint this little triangle. Just like that.
Oh my
and then it
gosh.
reads to you as like a chip or a piece taken out. And it's the same thing with
Mind blown.
and it's the same thing with this, right? right there. But for you, it will look like this. And lighting wise, it will be this will be bright, this will be dark, and this will be a medium because it's like kind of half facing the light. And so it's literally just this, right? There's that half area right there. And it looks like it. It's like, oh, that's fun.
So pretty.
And I'm just kind of painting some of it because it's broken. It's very, like, I'm doing these really, really simple procedures over and over and over at varying scales and in specific areas. Right? So we could do that. We could go triangle, cut it. There's a plane. And I could do that with this whole place. Toby's like, I think I'm gonna come into the stream room and scratch on this scratching post, even though there's like 3 others or 4 others.
And I might bother Applejack while I'm at it.
Right? And we could come in here and we could turn this entire thing into like, we could put a bevel on it.
Ooh, a bevel. I like the harsh edge.
And it would be partially beveled at some areas probably, just because of the wear. Like this, and if we want to add like this, it'd kind of be like this. I didn't save it. Whatever.
The saturation really makes the character pop. What do you think catches the viewer's eye first in an artwork? The color or composition? Like the brighter the character, the brighter character, or the point in leading line character?
I really think it depends on the piece, because obviously color wouldn't catch attention first in a black and white piece. Value, contrast would. If there's a piece that's mostly soft and there's a little bit of sharpness, then it'd probably be the sharpness. So it's like every piece is going to be different. So on a piece that relies heavily on color to make things pop, people would probably notice the color first. On a piece that relies heavily on shape, you'd probably notice maybe a contrasting shape first. I hope that's a good answer. There's no answer. Like, I don't think I can really answer it because every piece is so different.
Abby's done, Dahlia says.
My goodness.
Okay. Oh, wow. That is great, Dahlia.
What?
The colors are working great.
Oh,
my
that's
gosh,
cool.
It's so pretty.
Look at that. Dahlia drew Abby.
Mm-hmm.
Who's actually the character that's behind her as well.
Yep, right here. And they drew her in her universe, her fairy universe. So pretty. That's fun. I love the ombre and the maple leaves. That's really nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
Good work, Dahlia.
Really nice work. Dahlia's gotten so much better. That is an interesting question, though. So I would just say, like, when you're designing your piece, also think, what contrasts am I gonna use to make something pop? Am I gonna use color? Am I gonna use leading lines? And you use multiple, right? But like you'll notice in the mercenary piece, this one right here, it's not the contrast that makes it. The contrast, like Abby's head is light surrounded by dark, and so she has like the highest contrast. She's like light surrounded by dark, right? Her head is relatively light, and then you've got Miko, who's like dark surrounding a medium, and so she's like much less powerful contrast wise. And you'll notice that I have a lot of pointers here. We talked about this the other day on stream, but like my perspective is literally pointing at them. It's naturally bringing you into the scene. So like all of these lines are pointing at the characters, right? My perspective, these lines coming down, this tower's quite detailed. And even my shadow right here, this cast shadow is pointing at the characters. My composition is literally like spilling into the characters because it all brings you back. And then I've got another, which is a dark surrounded by medium or like light, which is the sign, which is what they're focusing on. And then you have this whole flow where sort of everything is coming together and making flowing you in. This is like leading lines. You can do this with perspective. Oops. With a vanishing point. Like even these boards and stuff, right? Those are all pointing towards the characters. This staircase goes into them. So that's how I planned that part of the composition, at least. Like, Abby doesn't have any strong color on her. She's one of the only yellow things in the shot, but it's a very desaturated yellow. It's not vibrant and bright like, you know.
Crazy bright. Maybe under a very saturated image, it would be very... Oh, that's actually quite nice.
Yeah, it actually works pretty well.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to do that?
How long did that piece take you? Yeah, let's do that.
We worked on it live over the last week. So we've been working on this. You can go watch it on YouTube. We have our live streams up for viewing. You can rewatch the VODs.
That's beautiful.
We worked on it live, maybe a couple hours a day for like 4 days or so. See, we could do something like that.
Yeah,
It's a bit intense, so like I might
like just lower the opacity on it.
Yeah, but she doesn't really have light hitting her that much. Like maybe we go I feel like it doesn't really need it. Yeah, I don't think the piece needs it. Could be. It works with her without. Shadow. It'd be like a super subtle tweak. But this isn't even the file that it's in. This is the file. So I would have to do it in this one. And the characters aren't done. Miko's not done, so you could add this to Abby if you want.
The little bit of spice in the yellow?
Yeah.
Sure.
But you don't need to do it now. If you want to, whenever you want to work on like Miko.
Oh yeah. I kind of totally forgot about Miko in this scene. I was like, oh yeah, I still gotta work on that.
Abby kind of stole the show.
Yeah. I would like to go to the Renaissance Festival this year.
Yeah. That is fun, Dolly. I'm glad. Bot says June next. Sick.
Ooh, awesome.
Ding Ribbon. How long did that piece? Yeah, we've been working on it for a week or so. Christina's working on stuff as well.
This was I'm refining Miko. What she looked like before.
Love your drawings. Awesome.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Kind of scary how fast cats grow. Wish they'd stay small forever. Honestly, Toby's better bigger.
Toby's better bigger.
Better bigger. He's was kind of a menace as a baby, as a kitten. He spent a really, really, really long time stepping in his dookie every single time he went to the bathroom, and we had to wash his foot every day, sometimes twice, for like months.
Yep. And then he decided, I'm giving up.
One day, he just gave up completely. He's just like, I poop and I run.
Yep,
That's all I do. He poops and scoots. And then the other cats are like, ugh, berries.
Clean out. Which I mean, like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. But,
I'm like, yay, no more dookie foot on potentially our
cute.
bed.
I think adult cats actually kind of look cuter than kittens,
agree.
not gonna lie.
I agree. I like the look of adult cats more. Did you guys draw any Genshin Impact character? I think their designs are great for practicing. Could we? I mean...
I'm not particularly that interested in drawing Genshin characters.
Yeah. I
think their designs are cool.
I think they are cool.
I've never played Genshin. I never played Genshin. I don't have anything against it. I just don't really play a bunch of games these days. That's awesome, Dahlia. And this Tira is looking really nice. Ooh, that looks good.
It is. It does look great. Looks
Yeah,
great.
that's nice. What are you talking about? You need help. That looks
Yeah,
great.
I know, right?
Lucy. That looks good, dude. You want to wrap up?
Yeah, we can wrap up.
Eat.
Yeah.
The dirt is such a cool touch.
Gotta muddy the dress a little bit, show
Yeah.
that she cares more about her kingdom than her dresses.
Yep. um.
Yeah, we can wrap up.
Dude, if we keep doing big illustrations on stream in another year, we're gonna have so many like finished illustrations to show. There's just gonna be like, oh yeah, chat. 2 years later, we're gonna be like,
60 paintings.
we scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, and every one of them are gonna be like this super detailed painting. It's cool. You'll have Tira finished by tomorrow.
I so
Awesome.
can't
Oh
wait.
my
It's
gosh.
looking really good.
That it is looking
It's
great.
a really nice looking fan art. It's fantastic.
I love it. I can't wait. And Lau can't wait either for sure.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
We did some fun stuff today. We talked about, as a recap, we did this painting, which started as a little explanation of this arch right here. And then we did a little bit of magical effects, talking about that, some little doodles. Talked about maybe some like magic and how it would work.
Honestly, just gave me a lot of motivation to draw. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
Christina's been working on her version of this, which
Yeah.
looks like,
Hold up. It is here.
which
Looks
is
like
right
that.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's looking good.
And we did a bunch of little lessons.
Yep, we did a bunch of like little lessons and stuff, and skirts and cans and stuff. So that was fun. Don't forget, by the way, Anime Art School is 20% off. It is our big 1-year online self-paced digital art program to teach you the fundamentals. So if you want to be able to draw the stuff like what we were showing you,
Stuff like this.
we have a school.
Yep.
And anybody can sign up. You can go check it out on drawanime.com. Make sure you use the code SPRING at checkout to get 20% off.
Yes.
And it's really good. It's a really good program. It's huge. There's a bunch of stuff in it. We're really, really passionate about teaching and the fundamentals.
And getting good.
Yeah, and getting good, like legitimately good. Being able to draw your own characters and environments from imagination. If you want to be able to do that, the program would be literally perfect
Yes,
for
take
you.
a screenshot for future reference.
Yup. Oh.
Anyways, that's it from us. Should we do the Meow Meow song?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm gonna go back to this and that and this. Meow meow.
It didn't switch.
Sing it with us, chat. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Don't forget. Screenshot.
See ya.
See ya.
And bye bye, YouTube.
Bye bye.
We'll talk to you later.